Welcome to another episode of Around the Mage Table. This is episode 91 of the podcast for the rest of us. How are y'all doing? I'm back home. I'm thrilled to be back home for 2 days, and then I have to go back out to the in-laws. Lithian, I hear you're also vacating home soon. Is that true?
Yeah, moving to a place.
Which will
Are you gonna
impact the recordings?
I want to be closer to Scrap Claw because she's my best friend
Are you
in
gonna
the whole
change your
world.
background when you move houses to a different WoW
Nope.
house?
No, nobody will know. You won't even be able to tell. It's gonna be amazing.
Do like a background with like a window and Scrap just peeking in, like.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
put my character peeking in.
No, but in all seriousness, so you're moving soon, and you'll be maybe needing to take a week off, which might impact our episodes, of course.
I was hoping we were gonna take a week off this week.
Well, the only reason I
Right
didn't
now?
is because we have some new dungeons. Like we have the brand new dungeon to look at. We've got some of the raid testing going on, and there was some funny things happening that I thought we could talk about. So I felt, yeah, we got enough. Let's go and save those 3 episodes that we need before BlizzCon for another day. So who knows? Maybe we'll take like 2 weeks off after this if nothing big happens. But you know, I again will be traveling, and I hope to not have to do another episode remotely because it was just challenging.
Well, we got the
You did a
4th of
great
July
job.
coming up. So
Well,
I don't know
actually,
what you guys are doing.
To your
4th.
point, Io, it could have been a huge disaster. So it worked out somewhat well, and I'm not too upset about
Hell
it.
yeah. Clutched it.
Scrap's been on PTR a bunch, so she's gonna tell us all about the new
They're gonna
dungeon.
say PTO, and I was like, yeah, like my WoW PTO.
No, but I mean, in fairness, you have been like gone.
Yeah. Well, you were on vacation, so I
Yeah.
was doing other stuff. I got other hobbies. The season's pretty dead.
You're selling all your Pokemon cards.
Selling all my Pokemon cards. No, not all of them. Just
All
my
of them?
bulk.
No,
No.
all of them.
No, that's the thing is, people who follow the Pokemon market is like really up. Like, I mean, I have cards that I thought would never be worth anything. Like, I've got a shadowless Charizard. People know that's like a really big deal. An absolute shit horrible condition, but even in horrible condition, the shadowless Charizard still goes for like $1,000 raw all of a sudden. So I'm just trying to shift my bulk and evaluate what I have and see how comfortable I have, if I should pay off my car. So I don't know. I don't want to.
So you're gonna take me to lunch with the Pokemon money.
I'm not selling any. Well, I'm getting store credit for my bulk. It's only like
Why?
$500.
Well, bulk is not.
Because I gotta
like,
buy more
okay,
Pokemon cards.
Okay. Well,
It's really
okay.
gonna take them more work to figure out what everything's worth.
No,
Yeah.
I have like 40,000 cards I'm selling. Like I've been that's why I've been gone, because I've been counting like cardboard,
Jesus.
But mostly I'm just trying to clear space in my house. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Tell me in the comments if you want to know more about my Pokemon collection.
What do you? Tell me
You pulled a pretty big card a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
I pulled a
didn't you?
$600. I pulled the shoot, I don't know the
It's
name
like,
of
it was
the
like a
set.
Mewtwo,
But
wasn't it?
it's like a Giovanni's Mewtwo SIR. Again, I don't know the name of the set because it's literally the
pretty sick.
only pack I opened from that set, and I opened the chase cards. Like, it's kind of
Wow.
crazy. I felt like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Wait, okay, hold on. You
What?
say the chase card. What
Mhm.
does that mean? Isn't like it always the last card in the deck that's like the good card? That seems to be the way that people.
No. So with Pokemon, the chase card is like they have alternate arts and secret rares that are beyond the set number. So it'll be like 201 out of 200 or something.
Yeah.
Secret rares, like everybody knows about them, but they have like an extreme rarity. So it's like if a holo is one in every pack, you get a holo in every pack now. And then like an EX card, which is like the fancy holo, there's like that's one in every 4. And AR art rare is like one in every 10 or 12. The SIRs or like the big chase cards are like one in every fucking 1,000 or something crazy like that. And then there's like multiple of those, so it's like there's multiple Pokemon or that. So if you're looking for the one chase card, I mean, it's more efficient just to buy it, but people like to chase it. That's why it's called the chase card. So they spend tons and tons of money buying insane amounts of cards. I don't do that. I have a client who does that, and she gives me all her bullshit, which I used to be donating, but now I'm selling.
But like every time I've seen a video of someone like pulling the cards.
Pulling the chase. Yeah.
But it's always the last card, it seems.
Oh, yeah, in the pack. Well,
Okay.
it depends on what generation of pack it is. In the old
Okay.
ones, it's not the last card. You got to move 3 and pull off the energy, whatever. In the new ones, it's the last card. So, you want to get me started already on this?
No, I don't.
Put in the comments if you want me to teach these guys about Pokemon.
Someone in our comments said, "Hey, I get it. You don't have to. You need to like have some time between episodes to make sure you're at 100 for BlizzCon." But they asked for us to put out like some alternative content, and I think this is it, Scrap. You're gonna have like a 2-hour seminar.
There's about 500 things I could do a 2-hour seminar without any input from any of you guys.
I think people just genuinely,
podcast.
I think people just genuinely want to hear us like yap, and so one of our episodes will just be you giving us a PowerPoint and us going, oh, okay,
I'm gonna have a numbered PowerPoint of like my top 10 special interests, and I'm gonna go into each one. Lithian is already like, this is my worst fucking nightmare of my life.
Well, you used to do a thing where like you had a dinner night where everyone would do a PowerPoint on like one of the
I had. We're going on a lot of tangents, but I was hanging out with these Zoomers. I was in like a Zoomer Discord because I was in a fandom that was, well, I still am, geared very young, and so I was hanging out with like a lot of them, and they did fucking crazy things. Like they had a PowerPoint night where everybody brings a PowerPoint, and some of them were like really silly and funny, and one of them was just like, this is like a PowerPoint about Van Gogh and his life. It was just it's like this is so awesome. These Zoomers are all right, man. They're cool.
All right, well, Io, how are you doing today?
I'm pretty good, and even though it's probably not great for the clock, I'm gonna do a live unboxing of this Amazon package I got.
Okay, this is content I'm into.
You don't know what's in it?
You don't know what's in it, and that's the fun.
Oh, is it Chase package?
It's
Chase package.
What is it?
Star Fox for Switch 2.
Oh yeah,
Star Fox.
You weren't going to buy it either. Wait, why did you buy physical?
What? Physical? Because you can resell it, you donkey.
Oh, no way. I can't be bothered.
Why the fuck wouldn't you buy physical?
Because what? Because I get $2? Thanks, GameStop.
Well,
what are you talking about? You're
insane.
Thanks,
right?
Your excitement is gone now.
No, here's the thing, Scrap.
I like physical. I like having it on the show.
Especially when there's a ton of Nintendo apologists like you are saying don't buy physical, then there'd be a limited amount of physical copies that people want as collector's items.
Look, I get it. If you want a collector's item, fine. But like, for me, it's the thing is like I used to love buying DVDs and having them on the shelf and be like, oh yeah, look at the steelbook or whatever.
Right.
But then like I'd lose the DVD because some idiot would come
like
and borrow it.
That sounds like a fucking personal.
No, Scrap, you know me. You know I'm like the uptight, everything's got to be where it belongs and blah, blah, blah. I'm the one fucking, organizing the guild bank. And so, of course, I was taking care of that shit. No, like someone would come over and be like, "Oh, could I borrow Inception?" And
but that's the good thing. You couldn't lend them Inception if you didn't have the physical copy.
You can with Switch. You can lend games. Sorry, I asked.
I'm shocked. Like people that are movie enthusiasts haven't brought Laserdisc back because like people who really love movies swear by like Laserdisc. It was like really great quality. It was like vinyl records for movies.
and in fairness, there's like a benefit to movies because like Netflix and all that shit will down. The quality is shit compared to 4K Blu-ray or whatever, but still it's just like the convenience is so far outweighing the headache of maintaining it and space it takes up
for sure, especially with movies. But yeah, I wasn't gonna get it. I was a big Star Fox 64 guy. I really liked the old voice acting, didn't like some of the changes they made in the character designs or the lines. Was on TikTok way too much, saw way too many clips, got extreme FOMO, and here we are, baby.
They say it's great. They say it's great.
Yeah, it looks aside from like the weird changes in some of the context, like the game itself looks great. And it looks
that meme of the fox that looks like a taxidermist fox that like is sitting on a chair and it's just like that's what when I see the Star Fox in game.
It doesn't look that bad.
No, it doesn't. But that's what I think.
No, it doesn't. It's grown on me. I do, but yeah. So I'm excited to try that out. So that was it. That was my fun intro.
Yeah, we're doing the back end at the front end, like the like let's talk at the front end.
Let's go on and talk. I'm gonna go on precursor real quick that I'm gonna have to put the I forgot to put the WoW head up on the screen, so give me 1 second as I get it up. Boop, there it goes. Okay, we wanted to talk quickly because we haven't been running keys for a long time. I am really missing out on doing some push keys. I have hit the point of the season where I even gave like Haywire, our friend, a hard time about this. He was like, come do 12s. And we were like, dude, why the fuck are we still doing 12s? Like,
I will not do a 12.
They've been handing us gear like it's a pinata. Why are we still doing this? And yeah, I want to push. And the top 1%, we showed the mount last week. The mount looks amazing. The top 1% is somewhat slowing down, right? Like, so over the course of a week, it's only gone up like 8 points. It looks like, and it's 19s and a half, 20s, you know? Do you guys think we can push it, or are you guys officially out?
I'm in, but I don't think we're gonna make it.
Hey, I'm in.
I'm in.
The thing is like, it's anticipated that August 11th is our cutoff, right? Which means we have just over a month and let's call it a week and a half to push it. Lithium's gonna be gone. Let's call it 2 weeks. So we're really gonna have to like
push it.
nose to the
That's how we
grindstone.
do MDI, and we also fail at that.
We can
Mom's
fail.
spaghetti. You got back
We got
against the wall.
jersey scrap. Which
We
by the
try
way,
though.
Lithium and Ioski, your jerseys came in, so we are officially jerseyed out.
Oh
Sick.
shit! I gotta work on. The thing.
What ranking are you guys at? Like, who's got that? What's the highest IO in the team right now?
I think we're all
Pull
all
it
the
up.
same.
No, I think I'm ahead.
Okay, well,
I have resilient 17s.
True. What is it? True.
Yeah, I don't
Trucy, yeah.
have. I think I'm 35.
Well, go to the guild. The
Yeah, scraps.
Is it 19s
Phoenix
and
is-
some 20s right now?
wait, scroll down and see. Let me see. No, where's the guild? Go to the guild.
Why'd you tell me to scroll
Why did
down?
you scroll
Oh, sorry. I
down?
thought I didn't. It was too zoomed out. Okay, yeah. Phoenix, he's sweaty. He's gonna get that mount.
He's not there yet. He's not there.
Well, okay, yeah. Look at that, Trucy. Maybe you need to catch up a little bit first, Frank, and then we'll talk about.
I'm one
pushing.
key behind you, and again, it's not even a. Oh, it is a full
Yeah.
12. Okay, it is 12.
Full 12.
Yeah.
Who's in second place? I can't see that name. Cool Decay.
Casual?
Cool
Oh,
decay.
I thought that was casual. I was like, what?
I think they just joined our guild.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
What's
shout
up,
out,
Cool
shout out,
Decay?
Cool Decay.
Yeah, we
Cool
need your
Decay's
help.
the real one. But please, can we start pushing? Like, this game is so much fun when you're playing challenging content.
Like,
I really
here's the
wanna-
reality: is that me and Haywire, we do pretty similar damage. It's
Yeah, that's a problem.
it's not 20s damage, but I don't want to point the finger at Lithian and Frank. But if we were doing more substantial pulls,
So
it'd be better
I'm
for
under
our damage profile.
How am I getting
the
lumped into that?
impression.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, when I do keys with other devourers
Uh-huh.
and I do the same pulls,
Pull up Lithian's IO. I'm gonna
They
see
do
how many
go-
keys he's done with other devourers.
There, it's right there. Not on my.
Well, he
monk.
wouldn't have pushed him with
No, I
another
wouldn't
Right.
push him on monk.
All right.
But I've seen other devourers do double your damage, man.
Here, we'll pull
Show-
up his.
show
We'll
me
pull up
the
his
key, yeah.
TDV.
Show me the key where they're doing double the damage.
It's any key with a devourer that's not you.
He's not even
Alright, he's gonna find
qualified.
one.
He's not even qualified for TDV.
Bro, literally
I
not
don't-
even
I don't do-
qualified. I don't even know what we're talking about.
Glizzy Bear. Shout out Glizzy Bear.
Hell yeah, Glizzy
Yeah.
Bear.
They did
All these
one
unsuspecting
key.
people that didn't know that he was TDVing them.
Broom,
Yeah,
that's
I
Ansi.
need to finish. I need to finish.
That's the one I
testing
ran
this.
with.
Oh yeah, okay, you
yeah.
ran it with Anti.
Yeah.
But
And you say I'm not very good.
This is your
no.
website, bro. This is the
Oh,
problem.
no,
we
I
had
fell
with
behind
TDV
Haywire.
before.
All right. Anyway,
Oh
sorry,
no,
I got distracted.
Oh man, Haywire.
But yeah, can
So
we
I'm-
please
Oh, man,
push?
Zigla.
All right, I am.
I'm under the impression watching that Owu video that
Wait, what?
the difference between that Thailand content creator guy that Lithian likes
Oh,
he
like
did
that
that
guy.
he did that video where he was doing like talking about the routes and like some of the dungeons,
Yeah.
one of which was like Windrunner Spire, and I'm under the impression that a 19 and a 20 requires very different routing from like your 22 and a 23. So like you really don't even, I think, need to be doing insane routes. I think it's just a matter of just being consistent, making sure no one dies, and just making sure
Well,
everything
And especially now that we're
You
getting
just
more power.
execute without mistakes, which is obviously difficult if you're not resilient at that key level. But
Here's the problem, Io.
Here it comes.
Our DPS
DPS.
is so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad. Haywire, when he was playing his shaman, oh my gosh, him
His
and
DPS
Scrap.
isn't much better in his hunter.
Well, I
Sorry,
don't know.
Haywire. I'm not saying it. They are.
Look, I'm just saying, I catch a lot of flack for my DPS, but Hayware's been playing BM Hunter since he was born, and he's not doing much better.
He was
So
born.
yeah, I'm the only one stuck on my wheel for the DPS. So
All right. Well, people have been upset with me that I haven't been streaming. We'll stream some keys tomorrow night.
Who's been upset you haven't been streaming? I want
Absolute.
to know their name.
Absolute.
Oh, Absolute. Absolute's he's such a good fan.
Dude,
he's such a good guy.
he's a real one.
He's our #1 supporter. I mean, that's probably not true, but he's big supporting out there in the comments.
We've got a couple people who are always there, right?
In the traders raid where we killed him right away.
Oh,
Sorry,
speaking
man.
of traders raid, Scrap, you're tanking next season, which means Lithian gets to play the traders
I really
raid.
think it'll be an interesting game without me in the game, because I won't be able to sway it.
I have so many. Oh, I don't have so many. I have some good ideas that I need to execute on, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you think. And
I told Frank that I think people are going to be very discouraged if you're not playing.
No, I'm gonna be there.
No. But you can't, as a tank, you can't participate.
I'm gonna joke around, but I won't.
I'm wondering if I shouldn't tell her who they are. She just knows the rules.
You can't, because you're gonna know. You can't participate.
Don't tell me who they are, and then let me be like the mayor who has like the double vote or something.
Yeah, like God.
I think it'll be fine. The game of werewolf is sacred. I would never give anything away, accidentally or otherwise. So I think I would be okay.
Brother, you're the worst. You're the worst faithful and the worst traitor.
I won when I was a traitor.
I don't know.
Yep.
It's because Frank brought you back to life or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But
No, they chose her. I didn't choose her.
Yeah, they chose me.
whatever. Somebody made a mistake and they made you come back. But either way, I do feel like people may be discouraged. That's what I said. I think people are going to be discouraged about it.
People should tune into the raids, all the raids, because Frank and Scrap tanking, and it's gonna be great content.
We're gonna have MDLC live for our first raid. We're gonna be making bets like per poll.
We're probably gonna be like the most.
Is Fear gonna get hit by
tanks.
glaives again? You know,
Frank. What if we're like the most synchronistic tanks of all time?
Dude, it'd be great.
Right? Yeah, it'd be great. We could throw Lithian out for good.
I'm not worried about it at all. I'm not worried about your healing arc. I'm not worried about your tanking arc. I think
I'm not worried about anything.
That's a lot.
I'm not worried. Yeah, I'm not worried. I am planning on being entertained.
Yeah, that's it for me too. I think.
Like,
all right, I'm gonna put an MDLC up right now. Do I crash out against Scrap at some point in the season?
Here's the thing: the one person that is gonna crash out is Frank, and he's over here saying he's not worried. So if he's not worried, then I'm definitely
in the
not
raid.
worried.
You have to do it in the raid.
No. I'm not worried. No, Scrap. You'll be fine in the raid.
This is guys. Bet yes on this because I will do this. I have no control over myself.
You'll do what? Make Frank crash out?
Yeah.
That's just every day. But
I was gonna say that's like my fucking
no. It has to be about her performance, not about like just making me crash out about like saying the social network sucks.
Okay, so I only have to do. Oh, did you see the new trailer, Frank, for the new social network?
Yeah.
What do you think?
There's a new social network.
It's Aaron Sorkin. You can't go wrong.
Right.
Anyway, you can, but I think Frank is going to completely crash out in Mythic Plus. Completely.
That's a possibility.
Completely.
Well, it's a possibility, of course. I'm not going to.
An inevitable possibility, like 100% possibility. You wouldn't know. You're crazy.
1,000
more.
I'm putting 1,000 she on it.
How many she's do you have total?
8,000.
Okay, put 4,000.
All right, another 4. No, I'm not going to do that. I need all my she for the raid, so I can say we'll scrap die in this pool.
On the E-team keys, me, you, and Haywire are just going to be chilling, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
Big chilling. No way, dude. I know how to blame the DPS. That's what you've been doing all season.
I mean, I do it because it's
Scrap.
true.
We're gonna be in lockstep. We're gonna be fucking popping and locking.
Yeah, no, I like the idea of being the healer because it's more difficult to discern if I'm doing bad or not.
It's not. It's not
like
difficult
if Lithian dies, I could be
bad.
like, "What you didn't turtle, brother? Like it's totally your fault."
I hope she just someone says to her, "Isn't that your job?" So
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna parse through the logs and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, you didn't kick like 5 fucking
first
10
of all,
seconds beforehand." Of course,
you
I
don't even
couldn't
know
save
how
you.
you don't even know how to look at the logs.
Frank will do it for me. We're gonna be in lockstep.
Yep.
And second of all, I'm not worried about it, man.
Okay.
Not worried about it.
You should worry about it because I got a bullseye on your back. I'm gonna let you die so much.
Do you guys do you want to talk about dungeons right now, real quick?
Yeah. What are we
by real
talking
quick,
about?
I mean not real quick.
What
So-
even is the topic? Is the main
So
topic
Blizzard-
dungeons?
Well, this was a big topic, but there's I was going to cover a story first that was very juicy drama, but there's not much to it other than we're just going to say this guy's an idiot, but we'll cover that in a
Well,
second.
we're gonna make it a thumbnail, right? So let's
Yes, it
talk
is.
about
It
it.
is.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, here, we'll just jump into it now quickly. Okay.
Let's jump into
So,
it now.
Over the week, this guy, he's a Spanish Twitch streamer of WoW, right? He had this crash out on Twitter, okay? So I'm going to read it out. This is translated from Spanish, so of course, take the translation with a grain of salt. If you're a parent and you join in a Mythic Plus run, you deserve to be permanently banned.
What the fuck?
This person went AFK because their baby woke up, and since they were solely responsible for it, they abandoned us and we ended up breaking the stone. You're probably thinking I'm exaggerating, right? Well, let's look at it from another perspective. Imagine you have to leave in 15 minutes to go to work if you don't want to be late. Would you join a dungeon that lasts at least 35 minutes? Probably not, because in the best case scenario, you're likely going to have to abandon the group. We'll talk about that.
So you can never do a dungeon again.
Well,
he
he
said that you can't.
Well, no, he said you shouldn't be allowed to play WoW ever again.
You know what? If you play
Well-
WoW, they should just sterilize you so
Real
you don't get in the
quick.
way of the Mythic
You
Plus
have to
push.
scan your house for no babies.
Yeah, you have to get sterilized to push keys.
I know it's just a translation, like a mistranslation, but breaking the stone goes hard. We should definitely
Yeah.
start saying that when we break a key.
Yeah, bro, you
Alright.
bricked my
Well,
stone.
the case with your child is exactly the same. If you're alone with the responsibility baby, you cannot commit to 35 minutes with 4 other people because there's a chance you'll have to abandon them. So according to your logic, as long as I'm alone taking care of my child, it means I can never play competitively in group. Correct. I'm glad you got it. Okay.
That's hilarious.
As
I
someone
love
who
this
now
guy.
has 3 children, right? But I've
Yeah.
had children. I had my first child right before Scrap and I met and founded this whole thing, right?
That was your first. Oh my gosh! I mean,
It was
our
like just
friendship is as
after.
old as your child.
Yeah, it was just after my firstborn. I can safely say that I've probably been interrupted by my kids maybe on a single hand. I could count it, right? Like 5 times.
I feel like all 5 of those times when your kids puked.
Well, no, I'd say one
Because
time.
I feel
was
like I
puke because-
remember.
yeah, they one time they puked.
But you're so fast. You're like, okay,
Well,
I'm
because-
back. And I'm
No,
like,
because
what the heck?
normally they just start
Throw 'em in the
crying
tub?
and they just normally they just start crying and they just want to hey, it's okay, you're fine, and go back to bed, right?
But you don't have to clean up the bed and stuff.
No, again, they don't normally puke, Scrap. They've only
Okay,
puked
I
once.
just feel like it's.
No,
you
actually,
want a kid puking
no, I will
story.
say this though. Okay, sorry, I should preface this. I heard nightmare stories from other parents who've had kids and they're just like impossible to put to bed to stay to sleep. My kids are fucking angels when it comes to that shit.
To sleep.
They
yeah.
go to bed. One of them has never ever woken up, right?
Yeah.
The other is now 2, and he maybe once just started crying and then stopped crying immediately afterwards. And then the third, she cries sometimes, but she just is having a bad dream and she's like, "Oh, that's fine," and goes back to bed.
The problem is they puke everywhere. That's
No,
the
just
issue.
the one
that's
time.
what wakes me up. Yeah, it was a couple times.
And it was the one
multiple
time my
times.
wife wasn't home either, so I had to deal with it definitely.
Right.
Anyways, point is,
the only reason I remember it because I remember you came back so fast. I was like, what? That would take me all night. I'd be like,
because
guys,
that night
I'm done.
I left a bowl with her because she had been puking.
Oh, okay.
And she puked
Good
into
puke
it, but
story.
I just had to rip off the sheets and make sure everything was fine. It was
Yeah,
it was quick. So anyways, my point is this. As someone who has been in this position, if I were to be told not to be able to play this game, again, permanently banned, just because I have a potential of a child causing an issue, right? And I would say 5 keys potentially impacted over the course of how many keys have we done in the past 6 years? Right?
Like
I don't
two.
Thousands.
Thousands upon thousands, right? This is obviously an unlikely scenario, and I find offense with this stupid ass comparison of imagine you have to leave for work in 15 minutes and you want to go do a key. Well, that's a 100% guarantee I have to leave for work in 15 minutes. That's not the
Yeah,
same
that's
fucking
Yeah.
thing.
But
right?
Frank,
It's more
is
like
this-
if-
go ahead, Io.
Because best
It's-
case
it's-
scenario, you have to quit. No, 100% case scenario, I have to quit.
Yeah, go ahead, Io. Go.
It's more like you're on call, you're not expecting to work,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
they actually call you, and you're like, "Oh shit, I didn't realize I was gonna actually have to work. Sorry, guys, my cat
I
jumped on my
was-
keyboard."
Yeah,
Just
I
log
was
out.
thinking the opposite is literally what job if your kid needed you could you not just leave? Maybe if you're a Navy SEAL or something. It's elevating this higher to 99% of jobs
You're
in
on
America.
a submarine and you're
Yeah,
not
I know.
allowed to-
I'm just literally you could have a super important job, and if your kid needs you, you go home, and it's not
Funnily
a problem.
enough,
Everybody in society understands that. Why
I'm-
is your key more higher elevated than like 99% of jobs.
No, but funnily enough, I think there was someone who like was on a top secret sub, but they were playing, I want to say League of Legends, but it might have been another game, right?
and
they
probably
accidentally revealed the sub's location by playing, right? So even they're allowed to play, but if I have a kid, I'm not allowed, right?
No, yeah, this is psychotic behavior.
Hold on, we haven't reached
like...
peak psychotics, crap.
Oh, please.
Oh,
this
real
is great.
quick,
Keep going.
before we keep going.
What?
This is literally like one guy was really upset that he bricked his key and is having an absolutely legendary crash out. Like this isn't that serious.
But
it's not that serious. Obviously, people were just like
about
flaming.
This. How was the key going? Like, was it getting bricked already? Did you just use the baby as an excuse?
Go on.
Like,
oh no, I was just gonna say like the timer in Mythic Plus, obviously, try to get yourself into a situation where you're not going to have to have something happen, but if something happens, it is what it is. You got to get up. And I'll tell you what, people in TBC will sometimes just stop a dungeon which doesn't have a timer and say, oh, I gotta switch out laundry real quick. So it's not all it's not all bad.
If you have laundry, you need to be permanently banned from playing WoW, because what if you have to go get it?
our friend of the podcast, Lo-Fi Banshee, right, she apparently went back and looked at the logs or VOD or something, right?
Girl after my own fucking heart. Apparently, I'm like, I want to know what was happening.
Apparently, he was only gone for like a minute, right? And they were well on their way to being able to still time it, but he had this crash out. All right. Now again, that's hearsay. I'm not sure of exactly how that all came out. I just saw like a tweet about it. But that's not even again the end of the crash out. He then went on to report this person
for procreating,
for child endangerment, claiming to Blizzard
that
he was, quote, and I think it was, quote, leaving his child out in the street or something like that.
What?
And reported this person, to which it resulted in him being the one getting a ban.
Yeah, ban this. I would totally, I mean, like, okay, ban this guy for real. There's something wrong with him.
He,
suspenda.
Like, we talk about lizard brain, right? Imagine the fucking level of the toxicity you have to like hate children of other people so badly that you just say, I cannot believe my time has been sacrificed again, apparently for a minute, at the cost of, again, a video game, which it was a 17 key. So it's not even like he was like pushing for the title or anything.
For him, that was the,
sure. Again, hey, we're doing 17s and stuff, like I get it, but I'm just saying, like, it's not enough to sit there and go like, holy fuck. To aside real quick, Lithian was hearing the story today. I was running a 12 and Haywire jumped in as the tank, but I didn't notice it was Haywire. I just like was blind to it. I wasn't paying attention. And there was this DK, he kept killing me. Like, in Seat, you'll get the circles on those big mobs that will like send up in the air and give you a dot. He just kept running it on top of me, and I'd have like double dots, right?
Amazing.
So I just said in chat, dude, this DK is trying to kill me. And he, from that point forward, thought I was his mortal enemy. We then
Frank,
went on.
how many times?
I know. But I thought it was like, okay, I'm just like trying to call it like, dude, please stop trying to kill me, right? And so we're on the third boss, right? And he dies, and so do the other two, other DPS and the healer. It was just me and.
And what'd you say, Frank?
It was me and Haywire. No, I didn't say anything. He said to Haywire, and again, I didn't know it was Haywire at the time. He goes, "Thank you, tank, for the carry." Right? Haywire goes, "Dude, don't thank me. I almost got killed. The mage is doing double your damage, right?"
Oh shit!
Because again, this guy was doing. Haywire was the second DPS at 60k.
Right.
Like, the other two DPS were doing like 50k each.
Yeah.
And again, on
Damage
a 12.
is really bad.
I don't even know why
so
you're doing
bad,
a 12.
right?
It sounds horrible.
Well, I was just trying to like knock out some vaults. Anyways, point is, then from that point forward, he was like, I'm going to try to kill this mage from now on. And I want, like, what is causing people to get this fucking angry about, in this case, the 17, or in my case, the 12, right? Where you're like, I want to end this mage's day with fucking circles, or I want this hunter to be banned from Blizzard forever because he has a child that woke up.
Literally lizard brain.
There's two things. Yeah, lizard brain for sure. One is that when your only experience with other people is they're just words, they're not even like people, I feel like you have a different kind of relationship with that because you're not really processing, oh, this is another human. You're like, this World of Warcraft revolves around me, and these are just like NPCs in my story. So I think that has something to do with it.
How do you have
And
no
B,
empathy? Like, what the
and
fuck?
B, I think this happens sometimes at my job where there's this guy who he's kind of the unk. He's like the experienced guy, but he doesn't really know how to talk to people. But just because he says something that sounds mean, I always tell people, listen to what he's saying, don't listen to how he's saying it. And like sometimes Frank is like the greatest example of that, because he'll tell you what he means in terms of, hey, this is what you should do, but sometimes it'll just come out in a way that will make you think this guy's an asshole. But it's like, don't think about him being an asshole. Think about, wait, what did he say? What mistake did I make? Kind of thing.
How many times does Frank get accused in those situations? It's like every time I hear a story, it's like 100% of the time.
Yeah, and it's always Frank tell this story. He's like, it's 100% not my fault, but somehow this guy got mad at me.
You tell me how it's my fault.
I
didn't even say like, hey, fuck you. I didn't even say like, dude, what the fuck? I just said this DK is trying to kill me because he was trying to kill me.
About how you said it, the time you said it, I don't know. I had to be there. The time I was there, it was egregiously funny. And I can't support you.
But that's the thing. Even when I'm trying to be like tongue in cheek of a little bit cheeky, right? Like I'm just like, you're not invited to my birthday.
Bad.
Right? They just crash out.
He's like Kevin James, and with like the Kevin James meme, just like, you can't come to my birthday, and everyone's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, but back to this guy, right? Like I can't imagine what life this guy's living where he just feels like the main character of wow.
In the story, he's the champion. It's because of the story.
Oh yeah, that's true. If he was just like a guy who started in Northshire Abbey and was nothing more than that, he wouldn't even think twice about this.
Exactly.
How much money would he have to put in the Toxie jar after this all said and done?
Well,
one for every sentence of this tweet.
Got like a huge like ban, like probably a lot of money. Probably had to buy us dinner for the entirety of BlizzCon. Carlos, get on that.
I mean, go ahead, Lothian.
Was it Technique that used to say you guys are nothing but pixels? Who used to say that? Somebody used to say that.
I feel like Frank
Maybe
said
that's
that.
how he feels.
I wouldn't say that.
I think it was Technique.
No, I think it was Auntie who would say that.
Oh, maybe it's
yeah, I think she would say that.
If our listeners are ever in a situation where you have something like this happen and you make a tweet like this and it's getting the kind of backlash, well, there were some people that were on his side, surprisingly. But hold on.
Can we scroll down? I want to see who's on his side.
If you ever get the backlash that this guy had, just
do you not remember my Twitter fucking endeavor?
Just delete
remember we just talking about lo-fi
make a tweet saying, hey, I know I had this tweet, I was wrong, I just was really upset, and everything's gonna go away. But from the sound of what Frank's is saying, it sounded like he might have doubled down.
He doubled down, dude. He doubled down.
I can't imagine if you were this mad about it that you would still be mad about this like the next day. Like, bro, I mean, I always say like, keys come back, right? Like the key will come back. You gotta work for it a little bit, but it's coming back. There's still time in the season. It's not a big deal.
Well, it doesn't even sound like the key was gone. It sounded like he could have salvaged it.
He wasn't gone. Key was still there.
Yeah. I've been on the end of a Twitter shaming, right?
Oh my god.
Where like, for example, JB was like, I don't know who this fucking idiot is, and he's like, they thought I was trying to promote the podcast or whatever. All I said was the damage meter's not done. That's all I said, and it was like I was a fucking Judas, right? So I can just say that there obviously
timing, the context.
Sure. But I'm not even going to like say I was
not relitigate.
Yeah. What I'm just gonna say though is like it's so easy to become an enemy on Twitter, but this is the most self-inflicted, holy shit, why did you do this I've ever seen on Twitter. So.
People want to be mad at somebody on Twitter. This guy just gave everybody the fucking golden goose. It's like, I'm the worst person. I suck so bad. I don't think people deserve babies when playing video game. It's like everybody's like, oh my god, this fucking guy is so awful. I gotta go shit on him.
It's ridiculous.
Like, this is the dream.
That being said, if you are in a situation where you are taking care of a kid, there's definitely times when you shouldn't be playing video games. But that's obviously if your kid's asleep, then you don't expect them to wake up. So it's a different thing. But
that's why I always play after 9, right? It's like I feel confident the kids are bed, and yes, there might be obviously non-emergency, but I don't whatever.
Yeah, I think the people who are very against or are on this guy's side are maybe people who don't have their own kids or are just not parents, I guess.
Well,
Dude,
there are
wouldn't it be so
definitely
funny if this guy had kids?
there are definitely
He
people
might.
out there who are very anti-kid, right? But that's just like because they want to be able to do what they want to do as an adult. Like, okay, fine,
Yeah,
go for it, right?
yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
There's people who don't like kids though, like straight up.
Oh yeah,
Like they
I
just
know.
like,
Yeah,
which I think is
I
kind of
don't-
like aberrant. Like people who don't like animals. Like I can understand if you don't want an animal in your house, right? You don't want a pet. But if you just like don't like animals,
how do you look at a
it's like,
dog and go like, oh, that's a shitty
yeah,
thing?
that sucks. Like I can see I don't want a dog because dogs are a lot of work and they do suck, like objectively. But like just like
I
as a
don't
thing, they're awesome.
I don't like other people's kids.
I
That's
get
fine.
it. I totally get that. I
Yeah.
I
totally
love my
get that.
kids.
Right? But what I'm saying is like to be so like I had a coworker. She worked for me at my previous job, and she was so anti-kids because she was like they're sticky and you know, like I get it. You don't want to have your own kids, but like when my kids come in and they look completely fine, like they're not snotty, they're
Not
clearly not
sticky.
like they're just like
I mean-
hey, and they're being cute as fuck, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, fuck that kid. Like, what the fuck?
What? Easy.
During our raid, we had bath guy.
Oh yeah,
The-
Bath Guy.
I was
Oh
gonna
dude,
say,
remember that guy?
don't
talk
tell
about-
Carlos about Bath Guy, dude. Just
Yeah.
crash out number 2
He was gonna
incoming.
bath for like
Forgot the
3
guy's
out of the
name.
8 but dungeon boss. But like, can we talk about? We've had people in our raid have to go move a couch. Should we just have
No,
nobody have?
That was
Nobody's
them
allowed to
gaslighting
have.
us.
Yeah,
No, that was them
nobody's
gaslighting. They just left and never came back.
I know,
just
but it's
left
just.
and
But then at that point, this guy's gonna be like, nobody should be allowed to have couches because you might have to move it. I don't know.
How
Like,
many
people leave
times
for
has
all kinds of
Carlos been
reasons.
burned by someone having a kid wake up in their key, right? Like,
I want to know how many times Carlos has left a key before it was finished. That's actually really good. And
that's a
and
great-
did he
great
even have
point.
a reason? Because we know he didn't have a baby because nobody would fuck this man.
This guy
Like-
is
Like-
Oh my
this guy
God.
definitely is an abandoner. You definitely
Yeah, exactly.
reading
That's what I'm
this.
saying is that people leave keys for all kinds of reasons. A baby is, and this guy didn't even leave for the baby. He just left for 1 minute and came back. Like power goes out, cats catch on fire.
You get
fish
someone at the
escape.
doorbell.
You know, there's all kinds of things. Yeah.
I had a
It's
key
whatever.
a week ago where it was a 12. I was just trying to do a quick thing to get a reroll, and my power like flickered, and then I was like, "Damn it!" And I even messaged the guy when I got back on. I was like, "Sorry, power went out," but now I have a UPS for my router, so that's never gonna happen again. But
Oh, okay.
But your internet will still go out, won't it?
not if the router doesn't turn off.
The router just gives you Wi-Fi, not the internet.
Oh, I don't know.
But I guess what? Io, are you there? You're gone.
No, I don't know.
And maybe. I mean, obviously there might be. It doesn't matter. Okay. All right. Let's go then and talk about the dungeons. Okay.
Hey,
so
have
we're
we
back.
talked about anything yet? What are we talking about?
We're just talking about drama. Come
Nothing.
on. Let's
Talk
just
about
let's just feast
It's a
on the
light
shit.
week.
The shit people
Yeah.
bring themselves into on their own accord, right?
Okay, now
Okay.
what's this?
So
It's a cone?
Blizzard wrote a blue post.
Yes.
Haywire just messaged me saying streaming that 12 would have been comedy gold, by the way, the one that the DK was trying to kill me. Okay. So they talk about how they're responding to all the feedback from both the season 2 dungeon rotation that are Midnight Dungeons coming back, but also most notably like the King's Rest, Temple of Sethros, and Ruby Life Pools coming back. They did call out specifically that they're going to do a much better job of highlighting cones, right, and
That's good.
lines. I've done the new dungeon and seen them firsthand, and they do look significantly better. So that
Oh, this is
that
the
is,
King's Rest one because those were horse shit. Yeah. Okay, I got it.
and actually here I have a video of us doing the dungeon. Let me show you real quick. Here.
Yeah. I don't like the blood on the ground, but otherwise everything else.
So look,
is
you can
good.
see there, right? Very clear. And then I'll have, and it has like a fade to it too. So like it doesn't just like splat out.
It looks really good.
Right?
that one looks good.
Yeah.
And the
Final
lines
Fantasy
look
has
good.
graphics like that,
Yeah.
and it looks good. It looks integrated. Like you need the information.
I'm already
n-
thinking what there was that one in the end of Dawnbreaker that was like more like webby looking, and you or no, I'm thinking of Arakara. There's that one that was really webby looking that you could easily get hit by because you really couldn't see where the corners were.
The
So
borders,
this is
yeah.
definitely an improvement.
Well,
But we
so
don't know how good these corners are. It might be wider than it looks. or
this is
shorter.
from raid testing. I was gonna get to this later, but there's actually Tettles calls this out. There's you can see this green circle, but there's actually this like purple shit on the edge of it. I don't know if you can see it on your screens.
No.
So like they're already, they already said we're gonna do a better job with circles and swirls, but like they still have shit like this where it'll have a
Yeah.
little bit layover.
I can't see
And Lithian,
anything on that.
you were also Lithian was also calling out there's like this blood on the ground. Let me see if I can find an example of it. I'm sure there's
Oh, this is the new dungeon.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll see it here in a second. You see
Right
right here
there.
this
Yeah.
blood on the ground, right? Like
Oh,
so.
it's so faint.
It's
But it might. Is that
well,
not your graphic settings? Maybe?
No, it's not.
No,
but they do a
it's-
good job if you're standing in it. You'll see here in a second that like the whole screen will tell you you're standing in it.
Okay.
Like give it a second and see if it does it.
In this particular instance, I feel like if all those nameplates were not so big, you might be able to see it a little better.
Yeah, I think it's because his nameplates are too big.
No,
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
Frank's fault.
no, yeah.
Wait, what's the
Do you
DPS
see- do
meter
you
on
see right
that with
there?
the Devourer? Let me see the Devourer's DPS.
Well, I was because I was recording for Keystone Kindergarten. I purposely didn't.
Okay.
Wait,
let's
so
see.
what was happening? No, sorry.
So you'll see it in a split second here. But like you'll see that the screen will tell you if you're standing in it though, so that's nice. Let me just wait
Yeah,
for
it's
it.
not bad. I mean,
There you go, right here.
it's just hard.
You'll see the
yeah,
blood like come on the edges.
Oh,
right?
that's interesting.
So it does have other ways of telling you, but
graphic for Sanguine.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. The biggest issue with that particular part of the dungeon is how they pull the mobs around, and the melee DPS have to struggle to find a spot.
Oh, you
Well,
poor deer.
Well, there's also these the hatchlings that will chase
Well,
people, and they
yeah.
wreck people in like the swell right here. So that's like oh God, there's another one. Hold on, there's a mini boss that has like a billion
mini boss.
hatchlings. Like
Yep.
all these things are just chasing everyone, and so you can see cool line, right? And I'm gonna know exactly where it's being pointed. But like meanwhile, all these fucking hatchlings and all these tornadoes are like murdering the rest of the group. Oh, and by the way, he's gonna spawn like 6 million more of them in a second. Hopefully that gets
Yeah.
nerfed, but whatever.
It would be cool if
So-
that frontal would actually damage them, and that was the mechanic. Would be to
that'd
try
be
to
nice, yeah.
get them
The
in front of
first-
it.
The first time I did that, I just funneled the boss thinking that all the hatchlings would disappear, and they don't.
No. And actually, I think even on this one, you'll see that so we killed the mini boss, and we had the swirls on us, and we're like, oh, it's no big deal. So like the mini boss is there, we're like, yeah, whatever, it'll just spawn. Nope, everyone's here, and they wreck.
Oh my
look,
goodness.
You'll see everyone in the group like dies on this pull because we're like, what the
Well, that's
fuck?
what PTR is for, right? To
Sure, yeah.
weed out
Yeah.
this bullshit. What was your note on this one? Sucks? Bad? Don't like
Oh,
it?
we'll get to the dungeon specifically in a second.
So were
Okay.
those,
Yeah.
were those fixates?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
They-
fixate.
okay.
Oh, thank goodness, not a healer problem then.
No, they
It
fixate
is
the
a healer
healer.
problem.
They fixate the healer.
That's an
Okay.
everything.
Well, I mean, not a healer
for
problem. Like
everybody
if people get
problem.
hit by it, I'm not gonna do anything about that.
So
You gotta
they
heal
also
them.
went dungeon by dungeon
cannot get
explaining what their philosophy is and what they're going to be changing, right? So for Murder Row, during our internal testing as well as the midnight preseason, we identified the Cantina event as a potential pain point in M+, as well as a large number of creatures with interruptible casts, so the bolt slap problem, following the last area of the dungeon. So
Yeah.
they're increasing the progress contributed towards the Cantina event completion from successful execution of task. So the goal is that like you have 3 minutes to complete this, but if you hit 5 out of 5, it'll end early. A lot of people
Oh,
are upset that they're keeping this RP in it, but I'm kind of okay with it.
No, I like RP. Wait till they
too.
see Temple of Sethralis, bro. There's so much fucking
Well,
hardcore.
I think they're
bullshit.
changing that scrap. I think
Oh,
they're
okay.
I think they're gonna change that too.
Yeah.
I get a lot of the appeal of Mythic Plus is obviously the polling, the trash, the bosses, the kind of routing and doing big damage. But I think it's fine when they have like a puzzle or like the
Yeah.
spot in City of Threads. It's just it's like a different kind of gameplay, and I think it
Yeah.
changes things up. I know a lot of people maybe don't like that because it's not in the same vein as everything else that people find fun, but I do like when they change it up a bit.
I
and have
don't
stuff
like
that.
RP when it means characters are talking and we're just sitting
Yeah,
there
yeah.
like watching the clock tick down. And I understand
It's a
they
minigame,
account
it's a
for that
minigame.
time in the clock
Yeah.
the clock, right? Like everybody has to do that, but it's just not like, can it just happen while we're fighting or something? Can they talk over us? I don't know. Like this is not the RP I have an issue with. I like stuff like this. I
No.
love Temple of
This one's fun.
Sethralis. So
It's a mini game,
Means-
and if you execute it successfully, you get like a big buff. Like it's fine,
Yep.
right?
I like it. I like
Yeah,
stuff
okay.
like that. fun.
Reduce the loss of progress when failing to perform a task during the canteen event. Remove the job switching during the canteen event. I didn't know you could even switch jobs, but whatever. Reduce
I
the
thought
total
it did
number
it
of
automatically.
maybe.
Yeah, I think it did it randomly.
Oh, okay. Reduce the total number
Yeah.
of caster enemies. Okay, that's good. And then remove some casted abilities from the other enemies. Okay. Actually, I should also point out, somewhere in this post, they're going to start experimenting more with damage down effects as well. Okay. So in the new dungeon, there are 2 that I know of based on my research. So there's one where if you don't interrupt the mobs at the start, so these guys,
Oh yeah,
right?
where they
Little,
transform. Is that what you're
no,
talking
no,
about?
no. These primal serpents, right? They have an ability where, also just gotta play. They have an ability where, like, there it is, piercing hist. So it does damage to you, but it's not like deadly. But it'll also, I think, reduce your haste by 30%, right? So if you
Oh,
don't,
maybe that'll make DPS kick.
that's the game, right? Like that's their goal. And then there's another one, I can't remember where it is in the dungeon, but if you don't stop it, it'll decrease your damage by 10% or something.
Love it.
So go on.
I remember them saying going into Midnight that was going to be something they were kind of working towards. I remember they had some damage down stuff in the dungeon in season 3 of the War Within. I can't remember the name of it right now.
The Nexus
the
point
crash
or
one.
whatever.
Yeah, the crash one. And it seems like maybe they kind of got away from that in season 1, but they are now going back to it. Was there something, they say something about them not wanting to do that again, and then that they decided to go back to it? Or
I am trying to think of the damage down that was in whatever, again, that dungeon was. I don't remember there being, like, what they did maybe have damage downs, but it wasn't like you get a damage down if you
Pickable.
don't stop something, right?
yeah, I think so.
And so in this case, they're saying and I'm paraphrasing. We're going to explicitly make it that the things that you don't stop will be punishing to the DPS because the DPS didn't do something that, quote unquote, is the healer or tank's job, right?
It
Listen,
was Ecodome Eldani. That's what it was called.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Thank you.
as the group's healer, I think it's silly to make the kicks that the DPS are responsible for make the healer have to work harder. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
exclusively. So it makes sense to me that like if the kicks are the DPS's job, then they should be the ones who are the most impacted by not doing it. And I that's kind of like a jokey way of saying it, but I mean a mix is good, right? Like it's a mix is good. If you're having a group that isn't kicking and then like the healer has to mega sweat to keep up with that and only them, it's like okay, that's doesn't quite feel right. But it's like okay, this is more clear why you need to do that.
They do have some in Midnight season 1 too, like the polymorphs and stuff. It's not necessarily like a damage down, but
polymorph,
it's a you can't cast for a bit.
That's
so
true.
they can dispel
That's true.
that. But
It's
Yeah.
valid. Hex
But again,
and
to your
polymorph.
point, Io, that the healer would then have to fix the problem for you, right?
yeah,
So yeah, they are specifically calling out they want DPS role to factor more into the group success, which means there might be more DPS checks in the dungeons. But I can tell you, in this dungeon right here, I've attempted this key probably a couple times on like some 12s and 15s, and when this stuff is not getting kicked at the start of the dungeon, it is immediately noticeable that everything comes to a standstill, and people are paying the price. The DPS is paying the price.
That's good. Yeah, I
So,
think that's good.
yeah.
I like
Yeah.
you paying the price in ways that aren't just death. Like
Yeah.
it's
So-
it's a little tired.
did they have this M plus on the PTR? Because I don't see like a timer or
Yeah.
anything on your VOD.
I moved
but-
again. It does. Yeah, I moved it all out because I was recording for Keystone Kindergarten.
Oh, okay,
I just
Yeah, I
wanted-
want to see
okay.
the
I wanted
damage
as-
meter.
Yeah, I wanted as little of noise as possible to just
I
show
gotcha.
you the
Yeah.
mechanics.
I was just curious.
There's a couple runs I did where people weren't kicking, and it is the thing is though, it still becomes a challenge for the healer because the healer is trying to save the day at the end of the at the end of the day, the healer is still gonna have to put in work. So
Yeah, like I think it's a poison maybe, so you still can have someone deal with it, right? But
yeah, it
Not-
is a poison, and I just feigned death.
Oh yeah,
It's
you have a
like-
shaman, probably just a poison comes totem, easy peasy. Let those kicks come through.
well, they still do damage, right? So
Yeah,
it's well,
I
again,
like-
we'll get to this dungeon later, but
yeah, we'll talk about it later. But
okay. So Murder Row, I was worried about Murder Row, but not because of the RP. I just felt like it just the flow didn't feel right. It is kind of a press W dungeon. So Denim Nalarok adjusted RP sequences, good. Adjusted the pacing and effects of the Winter Gauntlet, good. Updated the Sentinel Winter's Eternal Winter to no longer grant Absorb Shield, which is good because as keys scale, the Absorb Shields get out of hand. So it just channels for a fixed duration now. Avatar Starvation Effigy to now have 5-second cast time before afflicting players with a health debuff. I don't even remember this.
That's
Oh,
that
the totem?
nasty debuff.
The totem?
Yeah, that's that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That thing sucked. And then updated the avatar of determinations pulverized to no longer stun the target player. That's good too. Blinding Veil reduce the number of blood. I don't even remember any of these things, but you know,
I don't remember
seems
it.
like
I just
they're making
remember
reductions.
hating it.
Yeah. So pain point identified in this dungeon is the presence of certain boss mechanics that disproportionately challenge pugs, such as the Aikus, the Light Hunter, and Zyket encounters. There's also a few creature packs and the excessive amount of casters. Good. They're paying attention and keeping their philosophy alive. That's good. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember enough about that one. I do remember the dinosaur one a little bit, but yeah, so unfortunately I don't really know what these ones mean off the top of my head.
I
But
don't remember in M0, but I also don't remember it being a huge deal for us, but that's because we did very rarely pugged because there's so many people online.
yeah, the only time we ever had trouble was when Lithium was trying to press evoker. That's the only time.
That was terrible. I'll never do that again.
Mojo was there too.
Yeah. Void Scar Arena, during internal playtest, we felt there was an opportunity to do more with routing and engaging mechanics on some of the boss encounters. I agree with that. So they made some adjustments. Again, I don't even remember the names of the stuff, but it seems like they're giving the boss new abilities. Go on.
Only thing I remember about this dungeon is that it had a turtle in it, and I don't know how a turtle got into the void.
Yeah. Well, I think the whole arena was just a whole bunch of like different mobs that you're like they were held captive or whatever.
It's like Theater of Pain but void. They were like
Yeah.
they just threw a thing at like entire void.
It's very Theater of Pain.
But yeah, it seems again they're making good changes, and the fact that they're making changes is all, which is good, and communicating those changes is also good. We won't see these dungeons. Actually, maybe we will. Let me see. Okay, we'll see these dungeons starting Thursday, or no, yeah, Thursday. Right?
We'll
Thursday?
see them do what?
We'll see the changes they made to them.
Oh, in PTR.
Again,
don't worry, Scrap. Doesn't
Not
affect
me.
you.
Yeah.
I know I swore off Keystone Kindergarten, but I'm going to try my best to do it. I'm not going to do the website this time, Lithian. I'm sorry. But
That's
you know,
fine.
hopefully I can throw together videos quickly. Okay. King's Rest. While reviewing King's Rest during our planning of the Season 2 dungeon pool, we identified the Shadow of Zul's damage was exceptionally high and did not scale well into higher mythic keys. That's absolutely true. Additionally, the lack of checkpoints after each boss along with the long sequences of RP scenes hurt the flow of the dungeon when compared to Modern M+. Additionally, while it was interesting that the Council of Tribes had different boss order for week to week, this created situations where some weeks would feel more punishing than others. So
they've done the same thing with like Freehold and stuff. They just solidify the.
It's funny you say that though, because Freehold's the example of where they took and again, quote unquote, great dungeon and made it shittier. Now this is a dungeon people don't remember fondly, so I mean, how much shittier can it get?
I don't know why, man.
Well, a lot of it scrap was at the high keys, so the people who'd be complaining on YouTube.
Yeah,
right?
the healing.
The Shadow of Zul was like one-shot territory. The other part of it was the run back was like criminally bad, right? But we already said that they're obviously gonna have to fix that because they adjusted that kind of philosophy. You know,
Ooh, they changed up the first king. I wonder what new abilities, because I felt like that
healer can do this.
was fine.
Dungeon.
There's no healing in King's Rest. You just. I
don't remember. I feel like they did make a pass at this dungeon, maybe for time walking or something. I can't remember. Like they fixed the boss where you were put in the coffin to be a little more predictable.
Yeah, there's no notes on that.
Well, that's because I think they already fixed it and they're just going to bring it over. Yeah.
Okay.
Temple of Sethralis. Certain bosses like Adaris and Aspix presented mechanics in a subtle
first boss.
Yeah, that's the first boss. Which, by the way, they were 100% right. This was like the boss I had a problem with. And Markareth had a long forced downtime during Burrow. The Gauntlet section prior to the last boss saw issues with bugs and general gameplay flow. The bugs were really more MDI shit, but whatever. Okay. Additionally, the final encounter was heavily weighted on the healer while lacking gameplay for the other roles. That's true too. This dungeon was heavily adjusted in terms of both trash creatures and boss encounters to address these pain points in particular. So if you remember off the first boss, it would have like a lightning shield that if you attacked it when it popped the shield up, you'd kill yourself.
Yeah.
So now they swapped their shields on health thresholds, so you can predict it.
Oh, so you know when it's gonna happen.
Yeah, and their shield now provides damage resistance rather than inflicting damage back to the attacker. Good. Reworked Markareth's ability package to improve engagement and change the burrow so she would now reemerge after the defeat of her ads rather than on a timer. Again, that's good.
She's a girl? I guess she's a worm.
It's a worm.
Worms are women.
You know what's funny though that they're like, hey, I'm sure whoever wrote this was like, is it a he or she? And they like go into the game files. It's a she. Reworked the gauntlet sequence prior to the final boss. So this is the one where you drop the eyes to address concern with bugs and to remove the need for a play to be in timeout while energizing the orb. Okay, we'll see how
Oh,
that goes.
okay. No, that's not the football part. That's
That
the
is,
it's
yeah.
like just the parkour.
No, this is the football part where
Oh, it
you're
is?
holding the orb and you got to put the eye in the thing.
Okay. If you say so. Doesn't say anything about football, so
The
He says
orb is
so.
the
I
football.
wonder
I
why.
know, I'm
You
just
think
kidding.
you think the RP was it's a football?
Yeah, I thought we were playing football, man.
Rework the final encounter to encourage more group participation in the healing of the avatar of Seth Rollins.
Oh,
So
cool.
I looked at the dungeon journal on this. It looks like the healing will come from dispels because some classes like don't heal well onto other targets like that. And it'll look like that if like the DPS kills certain mobs quickly, they'll like pop up some additional healing. I'm not entirely sure.
Alright.
We'll wait and see. And it looks like they, took away some cheap shots on Shrouded Fangs, which I think were invisible.
Literally called cheap shot.
Yeah, to provide more opportunity for counterplay. Sounds good. Ruby Life pools.
They should recall it fair shot. But shush. That's my joke for
No.
today.
Ruby
No.
Life
Yeah.
pools had many pulls that felt chaotic and cramped, particularly in the first
What?
Oh
section.
my god.
No, I
In
did.
the
I
first
loved
section,
them.
I think in the ring. You trying to avoid the
no,
dragon?
they addressed they addressed that part.
Okay, they did both.
Additionally, the flying patrols of Thunderhead and Flame Gullet were confusing to navigate around. Yes, absolutely. Pulls across
yeah.
the dungeon often featured fast and frequent casts as well as frequent bursts of unavoidable damage. Additionally, certain abilities were presented in a way that increased the likelihood of snowballing mistakes or were otherwise unclear.
I
These are some
remember doing so many keys where we were like, oh my god, we have like 10 minutes more than we did last time. And then we have 15 deaths all within 1 minute. Like,
how many times, those mobs that were like standing around the ring that were like casting into the ring?
Yeah.
How many times
Did
were
we
like,
pull
there's
those
no
or
way
just
we could pull
kill?
that, and we'd somehow pull it.
I remember, iconically, there's a video of it somewhere. I was like on a 21, which is like the highest one I had done that season, and my pet just fucking ran the inside of the ring and pulled that, and it was on a 20 minute. It was like unfucking killable, like completely unkillable, and we still timed it, but it was just like,
if you
we look back at the video, we're like, what's happening?
Out of 100 attempts at Ruby Life Pool, how many of them do you think that we pulled that second dragon out of the order we wanted to?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say how many times we pull the unkillable mob. The second dragon, probably 70 out of 100.
Yeah, I'd say it's over 50% of the time. It'd be
Over
like a failed
50%,
pull,
yeah.
and you'd have to like scramble to do it.
The unkillable mob, I think maybe 10 out of 100 people.
Remove-
That probably less.
Remove some creature packs from the first section. Hopefully they just
That's
like
nice. So it's less cramped.
make this more of like a press W part. Like put stuff upstairs
Yeah,
maybe, but
I think the tectonic slam was too big, and so there wasn't like much room to move around it and keep line of sight. Yeah, it was a bit cramped.
well, and then you
There's
also
a
had
lot of buffling.
those eggs that you break open.
Yeah, I
reworked-
was breaking this open.
Reworked abilities like Flash Frost, Earth Shaper's Tectonic Slam to remove the cast bar clutter and bursty group damage. Good. Slow down the ability of scheduled and reduce the movement forces of Meldrus's Chillworm. Again, the GIF that was shown when this was announced was this is my first time in Ruby Life Pools, and they immediately got killed by her. Change the patrols of Thunderhead and Flame Gullet to occur on the ground. Okay, that's good.
Okay, yeah.
Adjusted Karaka's Flaming Embers to no longer apply Inferno Core. Oh god.
Remember her?
Yeah. Yeah, Jesus.
Good times.
It was a really good fight, but Jesus.
I remember progging on that for a good hour, like multiple fucking times.
This is the boss that Shawnee quit on. This was the one that he said, nope, fuck you.
I think he quit on this one more than once. Like, I think this one took
as a healer, I should say, as a healer.
WoW heart more than once.
Blaze Hoof's Ritual Blaze Blinding now mark the target before it casts. That's good. And change creature pack composition, adjusted ability packages to simplify it. You saw like a whole suite of changes there. So, first and foremost, Blizzard, thank you for posting this. This is an insanely good post, I feel like.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, they have to meet the promises, but, I think they'll be like, how do you fuck this up based on what you put out?
Yeah.
We'll see how good it will be when the time comes. But I will, again, reiterate, they've taken things like Siege. They've taken Pit of Sauron and made it into good dungeons, good enough dungeons, at least.
It's all right.
I don't
Siege
think people are... I don't think King's Rest and Temple of Sithralis are going to be egregious, although the last boss of Temple might be still a problem. We'll see. What do you guys think? Was this like the right things they need to be doing? Is there anything missing from the list?
These are good things, but I don't have enough of a memory, and I certainly can't speak on the PTR ones that it's enough, so we'll have to see what stands out later that might need tuning.
there was a lot of panic about a lot of these dungeons, so I'm glad that they came out and addressed some of the issues that people may have and said what they're going to do. So hopefully that'll get some people to relax until they're able to try them, or
Yeah.
at least they're able to get tested in some capacity.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about nothing. I'll test them on PTR, but I ain't worried about nothing.
Well, and the thing is, if we remember what it was like on beta when we were like doing Skyreach as an example, right? I mean, that thing rocked my face as a healer, and then as it came out in live, it was like completely fine. Everything was like tuned the right way. So I think even if things are a little tuned whack, it's a PTR, and that's just kind of how it always is. As long as the mechanics are sound, we'll be fine.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. These are like good changes.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the healing, but that's it.
Yep.
Sorry, Scrap.
I'm worried about
Okay.
DPS.
Do you want to talk about the new dungeon?
You guys
Yeah,
talk
let's
about it.
hear
I'll
about it.
listen.
All right. Well, I will run you through it real quick. Spoilers, I guess, to a degree. Zul'Jan is the last boss of this dungeon. I don't know why he ends up still being in the raid, but he becomes a snake in the raid, whatever. So there, the dungeon starts off with 6 totems you have to like dispel to be able to get what you think is to Zul'Jan, but then the bridge is out. The pulls here are very challenging for the tank. And actually someone asked me about this because they thought like, oh, this is actually a pretty easy dungeon, but I feel like a lot of the mechanics for the tank are unintuitive. So for example, you'll see here these things called Ravenous Ascendants or Descendants, and you'll see them turning bright red after a certain amount of time. That's because you'll see it here. They'll have every time they hit you, they get a 20% haste buff. And the red is to show you like how high it's getting. So like when it gets to 30 stacks, they turn like, again, bright red. Now as a DK, I have the fortunate benefit of having Death and Decay that slows them down so I can kind of kite them a little bit. But it's not intuitive to know what the hell's going on off the bat.
Yeah.
And even then, like you have to look at their buff bar to find it out. It is a enrage, so you can dispel it with whatever, but like it stacks up so quickly that this like the soothes aren't really going to do anything. But yeah, you have six totems you have to dispel here. Again, I think this is mostly, as long as you're interrupting, mostly damaging the tank is the problem. There's these chieftains that will do like a massive AoE heal absorb onto everyone. And then there are these little, I think they're not hatchlings. What are they? There's something else. They're over there. Let me peek if I can get it. Venom Leech. There they are. Whenever they die, they will just like splatter the entire fucking ground with green and red blood. And it like makes Area of Denial for you like miserable. I will also call out these fucking doodads right here. Were driving me crazy as I was trying to make my pulls.
Is that doodad hurting you? It's like really green.
No, it doesn't.
Or is it chill?
Yeah. So look, there's the swirls, and again, if like, okay, so they don't look so bad right here, but you can see they're like filling very quick. But on the first set of it, where you're on this platform, if those things die and fill up the platform, it's so hard to do the kiting. So again, like there's things that the tank may not realize at first is a problem until it's like you've bricked a couple keys to figure this out. These big Twin Fang Harrows over here aren't that bad. They just have like a frontal spin, and then they, I think, send out like a couple of poison spells.
You could just walk right through them. It's fine.
Well, the other thing too is the social aggro is very strange in this dungeon. So, okay, would you think that if you pulled one of those, you get both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't. You could pull one of them. So what I do is I pull this one into this group, and then I pull that one into the group. I actually like that. I like that I can kind of like reroute the thing.
I feel like it's taken out of the experience though.
Yeah,
like why wouldn't that guy see? He's got 2 heads. He should be able to see extra.
Yeah, the 4 of them we should figure it out, you know. And that's not the only, like there's other parts of the dungeon where it's just like, wait, why didn't that also pull with it? But okay, so first boss. Now this boss I think is a stinker. I'll show you why. So the way it works is there are 3 piles of meat in the room. So one's over here in this corner, one's over here, and one's over here, okay? He will do a ravenous crash, and maybe we can start and see what he does. And what'll happen is those Twin Fang Harrows, so Ravenous Stomp, there it is, they'll like get hit by these falling rocks, and they'll fall onto the meat piles, okay? So you'll see here right there. So it falls over, okay? If he goes over, he's about to go feasting, right? And if he feasts on any of the piles...
Bro, who's walking on you?
This DK. If he goes over to those piles that have fresh meat, when he does this in Rage, you'll see it here in a second. So I think it's called like Feeding Frenzy. So there, scavenging, there it is. If he does it on the fresh meat, this absorb shield just goes like fucking crazy, and it'll pretty much wipe the group, okay?
So you just have to kite him towards the one that's not fresh.
Yeah.
Can you
Okay,
back
easy.
that just a few
Boring.
seconds?
Let me see if I can
Go to
Back
where he's doing
that
like the cast on the pile.
scavenging. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that scavenging?
Oh my god,
Scavenging.
he's a snake guy.
So like that's a very, very, very fucking easy mechanic to deal with, right?
Is there anything
Yeah.
for the DPS to do, or is it just
So while he's
tank
scavenging,
move
if it lasts
speed?
long, he'll put these two little blobs on the ground. You just got to make sure someone stands in them. And of course, it's
Okay.
like it might be a healing check to a degree, of course, right?
No.
But
Well, there is, yeah.
Okay.
but like
But this
okay,
guy,
yeah, go on.
he was one-shotting people in the group. One of the pugs I ran somehow during maybe they got hit by the frontal or something. I don't know. It was one shot a
Well,
couple
is
of
it
times.
were they getting, because if he goes to the fresh meat pile and he's scavenging, he gets feeding frenzy and it like goes fucking hard. It like just murders everyone.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
willing to
know.
bet that's what it was. Because this
why do you
is
think
the
this
easy
tank
as
didn't
fuck.
work, so-
Huh?
Why do you think this is a stinker?
Because it's easy as shit.
Boring.
Like so look, three
not
people get
hard.
this. And again,
Oh,
maybe healing's a little tougher,
Better.
right? But like
It looks
our
good,
healers
though.
were never really in danger or putting people in danger. This mechanic is easy, but even like take out the fact that it's easy to do the heal absorb or the shield mechanic. The tank has nothing to fucking do, right? It's like,
Yeah, you gotta move him over
oh, take 2 steps. and
every
you're done.
every
Yeah.
full minute.
You just got to look to
It's
see
so
if something
hard.
fell, right?
Yeah, every minute you have to move him over. That's
Right.
what tanks do, right?
And don't get me wrong, he does slap the tank, but like again, it's not a mechanic. It's just like don't die.
What's that
He does
funnel?
this little 3 cone thing, and
Oh, I like
then
that 3
rinse,
cone
rinse and
thing.
repeats, right? So I was very
Yeah, it's
disappointed with this
each,
boss. I thought it was very
each-
boring.
It's each mouth shooting one out.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the fight, right?
You're kind of riding that circle there.
No, who cares?
Surprised you didn't get hit.
The circle's
it
clearly
may
defined. I'm not going to get hit.
Okay, okay.
Be
okay.
simple, but I think it looks cool.
Okay.
It looks fine. I think
Maybe
maybe
RP wise, you
for
like
a
it.
tank, there's not always stuff to do on these bosses.
All right. So next set of pulls. Okay, there are these high evolutionists. They spam shit. You just got to try to interrupt them. It's actually, they work kind of like the same way in Mycera Caverns, where they'll apply a debuff to you every time they finish a cast, and it can stack. The single stack like really isn't the end of the world. However, it's a poison dispel as opposed to a magic dispel, and so that means that the healers that can't dispel poisons are fucked, right? So in Venom, that's it right there. These hatchlings will chase everyone. Again, they're a problem. Although in these pulls, they're not like too many of them that it's like the end of the world. And then this rattling wraith or whatever he's called, he will do a rattle that just AoEs the fucks out of the whole group. So you'll see here in a second where he AoEs. The evolutionaries will evolve. They heal themselves, and if they finish their cast, so there's a rattle, like big damage. If they finish their evolve cast, they get a huge heal absorb, and they also like damage the group. So you want to make sure you stop that with a stun. So pretty basic. It's a little challenging with those hatchlings. You do a couple of those pulls, and then you get to the next boss. Now this boss is a little more entertaining. Okay, so what it is let me get there. 5 snakes that have coiled themselves together into one big snake.
You see, this is a mount, Frank.
Is it?
Yeah, this guy's a mount.
Oh,
They have like
okay.
a couple different colors and stuff too.
I don't know if
Naturally.
is he.
I
the
don't know if
mount?
it's this guy, but this kind of snakes writhe together as a mount. Go look at the WoW mounts.
No, maybe I closed this window. I thought I opened up a. It doesn't matter. Oh, here we go.
Trust me.
You're not talking about. No,
No, I'm talking. Go to the WoW
It
mount.
doesn't matter.
I don't
It
trust
doesn't matter.
Scrap.
It doesn't
I don't
matter.
trust Scrap.
Oh
So
my
what happens is he does a tank buster, cool, LOL, and then after that he will start doing a big death rattle, right? Just like the other mobs in here that do the rattle.
Okay.
And you'll get an extra action button. You'll see it here in a second. So here's the tank buster, and you use your extra action button to use Orwenia's roots to pull the snakes apart. So here is death rattle.
Yeah.
You'll see the extra action button pop up right here. You click it. You got to run 10 yards away. I will note that if you're already far away and then you click it, you have to run 10 yards from where you click it. So don't be clever.
Yeah, because you're grabbing it and then you're pulling it. Okay.
And so the snakes are pulled apart. You get a little, AoE damage phase here. Now this is very dangerous. You'll see they fixate each person like in the group. And if the one that fixates you gets at least 2 hits off it, you're probably going to die from the poison stack. So you can see here, I got 5 stacks and I'll use my AMS. Oh, no, actually, I didn't even get it off at that time. I got Purgoed.
Purgatory.
And then you got a little chase frontal, and then cool, you got another frontal. All right, cool.
This one looks fun.
It's pretty good. It's
Would
pretty
you
good.
call
Yeah.
a hoe?
No,
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
He's
how
like,
the hell
I
did it get
never
me?
do anything, and then
No,
he
no.
calls people hoes and PZR.
No, I was trying to type it out saying how to, because I got 5 stacks and I wasn't like in it. And you actually see the warlock says like, damn, he's calling the see bro calls the boss a hoe. And then I say you're a hoe.
Did you say you're a hoe? Oh my God.
no, he says a frowny face and I say, no, never mind, I love you. Anyways, so you can see here that I actually used that too early and I still had to run the 10 yards. Okay, anyways. The only deadly part of this that I think is that if you let the one chasing you, you can get that stack. So I have 2 stacks as a tank, it's not a big deal, but you can see the warlock.
A great opportunity for a ROP. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you like that.
Yeah, don't worry. You're gonna get the ROP's gonna be on CD, bro.
It might be I don't know. It depends on how good your AoE like spread is.
It sucks. It sucks for melee a little bit.
Yeah, you have to and when they assimilate, when they come back together or whatever. Is that what it's called, assimilate? You have to be careful because they can still hit you despite the fact that it looks like they're running away from you. So like, look here.
Oh, okay.
Right? So they're like, yeah, it's okay. And this guy just got fucking wrecked by it.
This is something that I would like for them to do, is for it to be more clear to know that when I'm in the fixate range or not.
Yeah, that'd be a good
like,
idea.
because sometimes it looks like there's like, 20 yards between me and it, and then it lashes and I get hit by something. So
Yeah,
they
when your health goes down, that means you're too close.
right.
So I just called him a hoe too.
But I wish that if while they're clarifying, mechanics, that would be a good one to clarify.
Yeah,
man.
But
luckily,
all in all,
have,
good idea, good execution. It's fine, right? Although the extraction button can be very easy to miss when you're first doing it for the first time.
We don't have like a rogue or anything in our group, so
Yeah, we do.
What?
He's trolling you. Okay,
It's me.
so now the trash starts to go off the rails. Okay, so we beat this boss.
How many
There's
bosses? 3 bosses?
3 bosses, and it's pretty quick dungeon. So you clear this trash. This trash is not so bad. These Blade of the Altars will like blink strike people and put a poison on them. Okay, not the end of the world, right? But once you get this serpent, which you have to kill because it like blocks the way, right? This is the one where my strategy for it. No,
is it not?
My strategy is to pull them into one side of the room, and then what we do is we kite the hatchlings. So I'll pull them over here. You'll see everyone's gonna get a big circle on them. We kind of gather up, and so here's the infest. Gather up, try to loosely, make sure we don't kill each other with this, but boom. And then all these hatchlings come out, and again, they're chasing everyone, and it's chaos ensues. Now, for a monk, this might be good for you, Scrap, but then he throws out a whole bunch of tornadoes, right? So we go to the other side of the room. I get splattered with this noxious spray. Cool, okay? But as we talked about earlier, once you kill the mini boss, even afterwards, they still spawn all the hatchlings, so be careful with that. And this
it's a mini boss?
Yeah, it's a mini boss.
Yeah. It's annoying. I hate it.
It needs to be.
I like the look of all this AoE.
You can see though, like the warlock's like, this is impossible to enjoy, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna love this spinning crane kick.
Then
you have these. Gonna work. That's not gonna work very well.
It's gonna work. Yeah.
Then you have these Ulatex Chosen, which have a mass AoE of the envenom from the earlier mobs, and then these living venoms explode when you kill them. So like, actually, let's see if I can pull up where we get like these to kill us. All right, so as they're close to dying, all right, here's where they should probably start dying. So when they start dying, again, kind of like the Mycera Caverns mobs, you'll see like everyone's taking mass AoE and we could almost die if we're not careful. So you got to be careful with that. Yeah, it's a healer problem. And then you just go through more of the trash you've already seen. You get to Zul'Jan. And this fight's, I'm going to say easy, but it thematically is fun. So what happens is he'll jump into the middle here and try to channel the fang of like the dagger he stole. You have to intercept all of them. And when you do, you get these stacking debuffs. So you can see over here, we'll get to like 10 stacks. And it has like a, let's call it 30-second timer, okay? So at 10 stacks, this thing will do like 1 billion damage to you. But every time you take, oh, why did I hit that button? Every time you take physical damage from him, it reduces one of the stacks. So you can see he chops me down.
So you need to hit by
1, 2, 3. He's got his whirlwinds that you can get hit by. He also does this frontal called Bone Slicer. Everyone in our group like just stood in it, and you'll see we get hit by it. It puts a bleed on us, but every time we bleed, we take 1 less stack. So we're like wiping the stacks pretty easily.
So it's like you're bleeding out the poison.
Yeah, exactly. And every time you lose a stack, you'll see it drops this red shit on the ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like you have to be careful about your area of denial. Yeah, again, execution-wise, pretty good. It's not that hard of a boss though, because like we're getting rid of these stacks long before it's a problem. The only reason you'd really wipe to this is because you just don't know what you're doing.
Right.
And then you'll jump back in the middle, rinse and repeat. Right.
Dude, this is sick.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah, this is I like a lot of movement, but simple.
I thought the dungeon was fun. I did it a couple of times in PTR.
What's the timer on
not
it?
bad.
It was like 30 minutes.
31.
Like 30 minutes.
It kind of reminds me of Echo Dome and like the pacing.
Well,
but
so
I'm missing a lot of the trash, so it's hard for me to
the thing is that this was, and granted, when we're doing PTR, like this is a 12, I think. We're like reduced to hero 3 out of 6, gear. And it was a tight timer. We I think we had a minute left on this, and that was after.
Just add a minute every week, like they did with Algothar Academy.
We finished a lot faster, but I mean, it's fun for the DPS because the pools are good size every single time, and
well, you got to be careful as a tank, right? Because if you will literally push yourself over the edge.
The challenge is the mechanics with each one of those pools. Like there are some where this tank was doing some pools that were just insane.
Yeah.
And it wiped the group a couple of times.
In this area right here, you might be going, okay, so for example, this rattling, right, there's only 2 of them in the area, and one's at the start, one's at the end. You might be like, okay, well, if we get this guy down, I can do a whole bunch of these bloodletters, because all they do is they just drop the blood on the ground. But what you forget is that a shit ton of hatchlings will spawn when you make that pull. And if you, whatever reason, either aggro socially or I think there's... No, I don't think the high evolutionary can break the other eggs. But, you'll break eggs by accident or break eggs as a part of the pull and think, oh, well, they're just little non-elite mobs, just, AoE them down. No, they're fucking destroying the group.
They'll hurt you.
They will wreck the group because they're just, mailing the healer and all that shit. So this area is very dangerous to make those pulls. And of course, as we talked about earlier, if you're not interrupting and managing this part of the group, your tank has to be managing the enrage and your DPS have to be managing the interrupts, this could be going sideways very quickly.
All right.
And then of course these
it looks good. It looks like tight. And I like
it. There's a lot of poison to deal with.
Very green. Very green.
Yeah, very green. But it looks cool. Plaguefall was green and we liked it,
Yeah, I like Plaguefall.
Yeah, but you like Plaguefall just because of the slappy tentacles at the end.
There's so much I like about Plaguefall, but you know what? This one, it's greener, so it's probably good things from this one.
You know, it's surprising they didn't bring Plaguefall back for this because of thematically the green.
I know. Yeah, dude, I'm surprised they didn't bring the other side, bro. That would have been fit perfect.
Nope. Not this time.
Either way, a lot of poison spells in this. So if you're a healer that needs to deal with that, good luck to you. And
monks
tanks
don't have to deal with that, right?
I think you can cleanse poisons. Oh, no. You can do diseases.
No,
I can't remember.
That's different than poison.
You can do poisons and you also revival, don't you?
Yeah, revival will wipe it.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
it's a 3-minute cooldown.
Yeah,
that's probably fine.
I think this will be a challenge for tanks as they're learning it, but once you know it, as long as you've got the pulls right, you'll be fine. But yeah, there's just I feel there's this unintuitiveness to what the tanks have to deal with. I don't know, maybe it's actually always the case until you do a guide and figure out what to do. But thematically fun, other than the first boss. I think the first boss is pretty boring.
DPS are gonna be vibing, dude. It's gonna be great.
Yep, big pulls. Then we also had raid testing last week. I didn't get to sit and actively watch a whole lot of it, but again, I had this Tettles video here. Apparently, the second to last boss. We're not going to see the last boss, of course, but the second last boss, which is Zul'Jan and Malakras, or whatever his name is. Apparently, it's a banger of a fight. I was watching Tettles wipe on it throughout the entire hour that they were testing it, so it's not easy either.
Is it council or do you fight one at a time?
You fight Zul'Jan, you bring him down to 0. And then you fight Malakras and you bring him down to 0. And then I think they both kind of spring up and go fuck you. And they try to do shit together. I believe. But the Zul'Jan part seems pretty straightforward. I think there's this big, you'll see this right here. You have this huge poison that you got to get out of quickly. And then Malacras has this mechanic. This is what was wiping them mostly, where like he will terror everyone, and they'll slowly walk themselves off the edge. So
It's
It's kind of
fun.
funny.
yeah, I think you can see it in a second.
Oh no, they got him.
No, you'll see it because like
Oh,
you'll see
okay.
the people, their health bar will turn into a so he's feared, and that's just the cast going off. But like again, he's sending people. There you go,
Okay.
this person right here, they're
That's
walking off the
funny.
edge.
All of them going off the edge.
Yeah, so it's hard, but it's PTR, so they might tune it differently.
Mm.
But it looks fun, and I think Max even tweeted out. He said like this is gonna be a banger of a fight. Yeah, you have to destroy these shields before they get broken free. Which our group and the way we coordinate, there's no way we're gonna get the people to do that correctly. But again, thematically, a lot of green in this dungeon. What are you guys excited about this stuff? I don't know.
This dungeon.
I don't know if I do.
This is the raid though, right?
Yeah, this is the
I
raid.
You
don't
don't
care
like it?
about
I like the troll stuff. I like green stuff. I don't know. It looks awesome.
Have you?
I think it looks cool. I just don't care for raid that much.
Oh, I love raid.
Have you seen what you get out of? I think the raid for like housing decor.
No, let me see it.
I don't have
Is
a
it,
picture
like,
of it.
crazy?
It's a like an obelisk or whatever, like a big mural, Amani mural. But it's like,
oh, that's cool.
It's like the size of your house. It's like massive.
That's awesome. So you can inlay it in the wall or something.
Yeah, but like it's so big that it would take up 2 walls.
Well, if you resize it, it's big, but you can.
I think Mr. Here, I'm gonna see if Mr. GM.
Can't you resize stuff, or am I crazy? Yeah, you can.
You can, but only to a degree.
Right.
Mr.
Let me
GM.
see it.
I don't want to see Mr.
Oh, Mr. Beast.
No, fuck
I need to
Mr.
scrap
Beast.
the big house. That's what I'm waiting for.
I gotta make my house still.
He might have a picture. What the?
What are you looking at?
I
Frank?
don't know. I'm not trying to find Mr. GM.
Mr. GM. Hey, a new color.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find it quickly.
Yeah. Wait, scroll back up. Wasn't that the mount? Hold on.
This?
Go. No, one more. That's the risen mare. Oh, never mind.
No,
that's the
no,
ball Go down. Go down.
Not even close. Not
That's
even
the
close.
boss.
Here you go.
Oh.
Look how
What
big
the
that is.
fuck? That's awesome.
It's so fucking
Well,
love
that
that,
could
dude.
just be your house, man. That's cool.
Yeah, I
Wait,
want that big house.
That's
Are
gotta
you
be
sure
at
they
the
didn't-
biggest size, though, right?
Resize
Like,
it,
This is 200%. Yeah.
yeah.
But,
Okay.
But again, 200%, like 100%, that's
100%
still big
size
enough to
of
hear.
house. Yeah.
So fucking
That's
massive.
cool.
Great.
I love it.
That's pretty cool.
I'm looking forward to doing well, I think the heroic testing's already been done. Yeah, so mythics only. I really wanted to participate in the testing, but I was, working, which by the way, poor fucking Europeans, they had like testing at like 4 a.m. for them. It's miserable as shit.
Hey man, it's on Blizzard time, bro. You're testing on Blizzard time.
Yeah.
It's not for Europeans.
No. All right. We didn't talk about this last week, but they are, I guess, changing catalyst charges. We did talk about the fact that you can catalyze gear and keep the stats, of course. But there's reason to believe that you will need more catalyst charges to change things now. The tooltip says that you need 5 to catalyst. However, on the PTR, you only need 1 to do it. Now that just might be an oversight of the, we didn't change it. You get 3 for getting the KSM, AOTC equivalent of the achievement, which doesn't make sense. Why would they only give you 3? That's like
That's not even a whole one.
Yeah, exactly, right? But I was thinking about it, and if we're gonna
can you get multiple of these? Is that the point? That like each
so
one gives you 3?
you'll like be guaranteed one after every dungeon. It sounds like, right?
Mm.
So I was thinking about it though. This might, it could go either way, but this might be nicer because of the way that the catalyst is going to be buffed now that you can kind of catalyze your stats as well, and cantrips if you have them. But at the same time, I'm wondering if we're going to again continue to feel like there's just an overload of things we get at the end of the dungeon. That's like,
I'd rather have things that are useful at the end of the dungeon, because a lot of times I do a dungeon, I just get gold in a bad time. It's like, give me something else. Like,
Get gold in a bad time.
yeah, like
yeah, but
it's not even enough gold to pay the repairs of my bad time,
With this catalyst thing, and then the how you can boost your weapons and your trinkets and soon to be necklaces.
Okay, wait, this is the catalyst that changes stuff into tier, right? That we're talking about.
Yeah. And
I don't like that
other
you.
things.
I think that should be available soon. I don't think that should be less accessible because we're gonna end up in a pants curse type
No,
situation.
this is going to be off the bat. You're going to get this, like, this will be available immediately.
Okay.
And you'll earn them
Take your
quicker.
word for it.
I don't know. I think they said you don't need to have the tier achievement to be able to start earning them.
Oh, that's good. That's good then.
Yeah, so the
You can
interesting
get it
part of this
before
reward is
that.
now says the Maniflex drops more frequently. Although, okay, no, you have to wait till you get your class set. Okay, so it's still there. But you know, you might be able to get your class set really fucking quickly. You know, who knows? So
Okay, well, we'll see how that shakes out. But you know, I'm not gonna hate it at face value. It's a little too complicated for me to understand if it's good or bad.
did we talked about the 9 out of 6
Too nuanced.
yeah,
9
myth
out of
track.
6, the mythic versus heroic. Yeah, we talked about that.
I was surprised. I was listening to the bench.
Are you about to say that you're surprised that people on Twitter were mad?
Not Twitter. Just how mad they were, right?
Right.
Because they were like, the argument is, and this argument's been happening for years, but the argument is that, like, in order to be the best at Mythic Plus, you have to Mythic Raid, right? And on the inverse of that argument, in order to be like prepared for cutting edge Mythic Raid, you have to M+.
I think that there's an argument for that if you're actually talking about the best, not like 17.
They are.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if they're actually talking about the best,
like
then
the
yes.
0.1%, the title chasers.
I do think that you need to do that. You also need to play a
Is that a bad
specific
thing,
class.
though? Is that a bad thing?
No. I think if you want to be the best, you have to like reach your hand into a lot of different pots, right? Like you got to do a lot of work. That's what makes you the best.
I can see the argument. If you don't like doing M+, but you love to do raid, you want to be able to get everything you need out of raid.
But how hard is it to crush through a couple 12s for them? It's just extra work.
Well, that's where it's unfair. How hard is it to get into Mythic Raid?
That's the inverse, and that's really difficult.
But if you're really pushing the best, then you should not have a problem doing the Mythic Raid, right?
I mean, they made it mostly the same. Obviously, you have to get the 9 of 6, and that's only off the last 2 bosses too. So
Yeah, how
a lot
many
of
guilds are you
bosses
doing that?
you're still going to be able to get like 1 of 6 from.
It's a 3 eye level difference if you were to max out every one of them.
Or heroic, I mean.
But it's only for like it's only for stuff that drops from the last boss. She's not going to drop.
No, it's 3 eye levels. It's 3 eye level difference.
I know, but they're not dropping like pants, boots,
sweat.
But I thought it was dropping.
And not only that,
like
they're dropping
slots.
those with the Envenom thing that you're going to want to catalyze. So
yeah.
You're definitely going to want
you can get it on your tier set.
I'm not going to be upset because gear is getting more accessible to people at our level, where we're going to get mythic slots out of our AOTC program. So like that's what I think most people are playing at our level or lower. So what benefits the most people if they want to throw them. I feel like they're throwing them a bit of a bone. Is like, look, we're opening up this stuff to the plebs, but we're still gonna keep something for you guys. These last 2 bosses is very hard to get to. Like it gatekeeps a little bit. That's fine, but you got to get I think you can't just say everybody gets everything. Because then what's the point of doing it?
Well, and okay, so the argument was one, they feel like the whole thing needs to be redone. Like they need to redo rewards.
I don't agree. It's fine.
2, it's oh fuck, I just lost my thought. It's that like if you're going to make a 9 out of 6 thing, you have this like effectively what is a new myth track for Mythic Raiders only.
We're acting like the borrowed power in the middle, their turbo boost isn't going to allow us to have that at some point.
It won't do it for everything. Like you won't be able to get pants or boots or whatever, right?
Okay.
And then on top of that, the Raiders will have the borrowed power as well. But like their argument was that if you're a Devourer Demon Hunter and you're eye level 298 versus one that's 301 or whatever, 9 out of 10 times you're going to take the one that has the higher eye level. Like the inverse of the argument I was saying is like, well, if you're best in slot trinkets in Mythic Raid anyways, and it can hit that 9 out of 6, which because it's off the last boss, you probably want to go in there anyways for that trinket, even if it wasn't 9 out of 6. Now, granted, the heroic changes make that easier to get now, but of course, it's only in the vault. You're rolling the dice every single week. There's no guarantee. Well, actually, that's not true because you can
the rerolls too.
Yeah, you can use rerolls. I forgot about that.
But you wouldn't even have had access to that previously. So
sure.
To Mythic gear at all.
But like, I don't. And to your point, Scrap, you said you don't think they should. I don't think they should rechange the entire reward system because the people that are going for the top 1,000 players of the world are trying to min-max their way to perfection.
Mhm.
When the truth
Mhm.
is, like, Tettles quit Mythic raiding in the middle of Dragonflight, if I remember correctly,
Yeah.
and he was still getting title. Like, it was still fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
I think, look, we got to go back
correct
to
me
the
if I'm
thing.
wrong on that in the comments, Tettle.
You do harder content, you get better stuff. Like that's fine. Not
Sure, but
everybody needs to
is
get
Mythic
everything.
Raid so is Mythic Lura
That's
harder
the
than a 20?
hardest content
Is
available.
it harder than a 25?
So-
Mysara?
The
That's because
problem
it's infinitely
is,
scaling. They don't give
yeah.
rewards at the infinite
Sure, but
scale.
it is
They have
harder
a
than Mythic Lura, is it?
Well, yeah, but if there was a mythic scale or an infinitely scaling mythic raid, then yeah.
But
But
Scrap,
there's
you
no
just
rewards.
said harder content gives better rewards.
It should okay. Then you know what? I think 25 should give something super
Well,
special.
and of course there's
Like
the
a
line that you
mount
draw.
or
They
a
give you a
title
special
or
title that
yeah,
you get
like
that no one else
Yeah.
can get.
yeah.
It's
No, they want gear.
it's tough because the Mythic Plus is easier to put together, and I get why a lot of people could maybe only have time to do that and not Mythic Raid. But at the end of the day, if you're gonna play if you want the title, you gotta make compromises somewhere. You can't play the race you want to play. You got to play the ones that have the racials that are strong. You can't have a character fantasy because because for you, it's not about what the character is. It's about what that number is at the end of the season. So
You're an athlete.
if you have to exactly, yeah, like if you're an athlete, you're an offensive lineman, you got to be at the gym every day. No shortcuts. You can't skip the gym and play in the NFL. You can't skip Mythic Raid and get title. Like
you could be one of the 20 best linebackers in the world, but that still means you're not good enough to be in the NFL, like or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. So
but the other side of it though is like, okay, fair enough. You have to do some of the things you don't want to do. However, Blizzard could implement something to fix this problem, and they've already now introduced this idea of a achievement that's a sliding scale achievement where every season they'll say now it's 3,700 and now it's 3,400 to get the other mount token. They could theoretically say, okay, 22s, if you do 22s, we will drop 9 out of 6. The argument then might be like, well, do raiders then feel obligated to go do 22s at the start of the season to give themselves the best possible gear?
Well, then if you do 25s, you should get 10 out of 6. And if you do 30s, you should get 15 out of 6. Like, it's stupid.
I definitely think this is again, we talked about how this podcast was formed to fight against the people who have the 1% problem.
Right.
Like for me, I literally could not give two shits that they're getting 9 out of 6 eye level out of the last two
They're
bosses.
doing something that's significantly bigger time investment, more skill, more coordination,
the juice
a lot harder.
ain't worth the squeeze, right? Like,
yeah, they're getting juice, they're squeezing, and they're
Yeah.
getting juice. I'm who's to say I'm like, give me free juice for no squeeze. Like,
I just can't imagine. Like the boss for me is just like getting the 20 people to show up.
yeah, I think we make our own difficulty, and I think that's beautiful.
The Mythic Raid and Mythic Plus, I feel like, are just two kind of different spectrums, and they don't quite fit together, but they're both in the game, and a lot of people like both of them. And I think Blizzard isn't really ready to take it. They try to give Mythic Plus as much as they can, but they definitely feel like they have to draw the line somewhere, because they maybe would have done it by now if they thought that they could do that, but they still want Mythic Raid to be prestigious, so they are going to have a bit of an advantage. And I think there's not going to be much of a change for that philosophically, unless they somehow decide that they're going to do that, but it doesn't seem like they're interested in that. So,
well,
listen, I'm going to tell you guys something really fast. In this room, there are no athletes, so we can carry on.
I'm a hobbyist. Like,
it's still an interesting discussion.
We're playing volleyball at the Y. We're just happy to be involved in the game.
Yeah.
Still an interesting discussion, though, I think.
No,
I'm not saying it's not.
I would say if I were one of the, like, again, if I cared about it, I'd say it's just not worth pouring all this development time into saying, like, how do we make this perfect? There's never a scenario where everyone will be happy, right?
Yeah.
And especially with the fact that this raid versus Mythic Plus problem is entirely on the idea of the game types and not the gearing.
Yeah, go on.
I think what would really help is if somebody out there made the decision that I'm going to only get the the highest eye level you could get only by doing Mythic Plus and Heroic Raid, and show that you can't get title without getting the 9 of 6, because there's going to be maybe a level of throughput that you could argue that those 3 extra eye levels is going to give you, but are they actually ever going to get to that point where that's going to matter? I think that's something they would need to actually kind of math out to see if that's even something that's even a problem.
Well, Scrap called it, said you have to, like, if you're that athlete, you have to play the certain classes. That's not true. Like, Meg gets title every season as Mistweaver, and like
I was just generalizing concessions you might have to make.
Yeah.
Right.
But like the other
Just
argument is, well, if I
generalizing.
want to pug it, I have to play those specs. I have to have the best of the best of the best of the best.
Yeah, it
Yeah, but if
definitely
you try to
becomes
pug
easier
Mythic
pugging it.
Raid, you're gonna have a fucking miserable time
Yeah,
too.
you're not gonna
And
get in either.
also-
Yeah, there's things you have to do.
What is title range right now? Like, do
20
you
I had it up
even
earlier.
like, it's like 21, maybe some 20s. I don't know what it is, but
No, it's higher than that.
It's like higher than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
like
it's
it's
higher
like
than that.
22s, I want to say. So
I
40,
guess it's
59.
25.
What does it
Yeah.
say? 40, 59, so above 21s.
Okay, so
Mm.
above 21s, what's the highest keys
Someone
that
typed
are
at
done right now?
25, I think.
25.
Yeah,
So
25.
like that's 4 whole key levels. Like there's you probably don't even need that extra 3 eye levels to get to just the title.
The title, yeah.
Is
I-
it
Who knows what
I
they
feel
pulled
like
off to
there's
do
so
the
many
25.
other things in your way to getting title. Like, again, just having a good team. Like, if you're pugging to title, first off, good for you. Like, you're obviously a gamer. But, like, that just sounds like you're tying a hand behind your back. And yes, of course, it's not easy to make a team, especially of that kind of like caliber. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying, like, there are other things that you can try to work on solving. And we're asking Blizzard to help you solve, like, how do we form teams for M+, as opposed to just trying to pug all the time. And God, don't even get me started on solo queue. But like, it's just, it's not.
I think gear at these very high levels, like a 25, is a factor. But I mean, like, we have people in that we hang out with, like Zigla and stuff. Like, his gear isn't maxed out, or it wasn't when he was getting 20s done. Like, it is a factor at the very, very highest level. But I mean, we're talking 0.1%. This is a problem for the 0.1%. Like,
Well,
and they're just jealous. Like, that's the problem. Like, they're jealous is the problem.
I don't know if it's jealous, but I do think that there's
It's a
people
problem for
at that
1,000 people in the US.
there's
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard a compelling argument yet that it should be changed, I guess, by the people who are at that level. Like their argument pretty much comes down to, I have to do that, but I don't really want to do it. And that to me just isn't a good argument.
Are these people like streamers? Don't they want to have to do stuff for people to watch? Like,
Well, not everyone is, but like, okay, so it's like the problem is that all these people are the same, but I don't know if I can see like
look at all the
title range.
Augs. It's like every single one is a hog.
I would love to be an NBA champion, but I don't want to play basketball. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly. I do. I'm feeling that too. I feel like there is argument that it could be tweaked to be more fair, because like I still think that giving mythic level gear for completing 10s in your vault seems like an egregiously low bar to set to get the highest level of gear. Mine is this +3 high, like I don't think it's necessarily a problem because it's been that way for a while, but if I were to look at the system and I say what could we like balance, I would balance the tier of reward for difficulty of stuff. Like heroic raid is harder than 10s. And it was dropping heroic gear. Well, they fixed that now. It's dropping mythic gear. But it's like, okay, it could be tweaked, right? But I don't think that anything that they've done to tweak it has been negative. I think it's all been positive in the right direction that for this coming season.
So this is anecdotal, but I remember this was a conversation that something we were talking about on the podcast where it was like, why do I have to myth raid if I want to just do M+? And I went through, again, anecdotally, like a whole bunch of people who were going to time or who were going to hit the 1.1%, the title range. And I feel like it was in the 50% range of people who didn't have cutting edge were still going to be title pursuers. Now, granted, there is now going to be an eye level difference that could impact the numbers, right? But like this is, I just pulled this random Frost Mage because Frost isn't meta ish.
Skeezy.
And yeah, Skeezy. And he has not killed Lura on Mythic, right? It doesn't look like he's really progressed. Like he hasn't killed Bellarun in a couple weeks, so he's like stopped raiding. And he's in title range. He's going to be fine.
Looks like he was just filling his vault because he killed the first boss 34 times. Oh no, that's just the raid. Sorry, the number of kills the raid.
He's like cleared the raid around 8 times.
Okay, sorry. I totally misread it. I was like, bro, I just saw 34-1-8-1-1.
And like he didn't even kill Laura on Heroic either.
To be fair, they could have killed Bellerin 6 weeks ago, and they've just been locked out on Laura for all those weeks.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, like
see this guy.
Oh, hold on. No, they did. Did they kill Laura? Wait, why is this?
No, this guy's 8 and 9.
So this guy's also 8 and 9, and he's in title range. He's fine. You know,
well, maybe the Frost Mages don't need anything from Laura. Pick a different class.
Well, here, let's look at Frost.
Pick a Demon Hunter. Devourer's best weapon comes off of it. Ooh, that guy's up there.
No, Laura.
8 of 9, and that guy's got 23s done.
You want to look at a Devourer? Well, Devourer, all of them are gonna make, whatever.
Oh wait, you're right. They're all like
that's fine. We'll look at it. We'll just look.
Well, here's kind of a weird. Well, this is a bit of a weird comparison because if they kill Mythic Laura, they're still gonna get 289 or 298 if they upgrade.
Yeah, so we'll have to look at the data next season.
No, but to Scrap's point though, they're best in. Well, I don't know if it's best in slot, Scrap.
It's a good weapon.
And also,
yeah,
we're talking like
how
five.
Do they have it?
At least 5 items off of the final boss that are.
This is misleading us, I think, Scrap, because of the new boss.
Oh,
okay. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, let's go back.
Cut out this whole last segment before people start coming in.
Like this person didn't get cutting edge.
Okay.
Don't cut it out because you guys sound like a bunch of
idiots.
Wonderful people.
Dude, the comments hate it when we give just blatant misinformation. I don't know why.
No cutting edge. No, it was just that one that had cutting edge. So we're not.
Bro doesn't even have AOTC. What the fuck?
Got title though.
You do not need to raid.
But also
Plus,
going back to Devour, Scrap. This guy's also like years ahead. Like we need to go.
That guy's got like literally double my score. I don't think you put my score on top of its head and get that.
Well, here, we'll drop down to here. Trogendig. That does have cutting edge.
You see.
So Devourers are having a good time in cutting edge.
Never mind, they're having a good time.
But point is again, it was anecdotal, but like there are people out there who aren't getting cutting edge, and it's fine. Now, again, it will be different next season because of that. And obviously, there's this whole idea that if you're the athlete, the idea of FOMO is always going to be nagging at you. I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm also sorry that I do not have any care in the world for 1,000 players out of the, like 500,000 other players. And again, that's just top 40% who are trying to just have a good time and get their fun trinkets that they want.
Look, and I know this data isn't going to be accessible, but I would love to know how many of the people complaining about it are in that top 1,000 players, or are they
in the top 40?
In the top 40? Yeah, like I'm just curious about that.
Yeah, it's like you guys also in the top 40. It's fine.
It's like the resilient key problem, right? Where all the people in this area hate resilient keys. But like, again, I think they even said this on the bench at one of the episodes. They were like, well,
they would hate it more if
you're doing 17s, you're not going to like resilient. I'm like, dude, I love having resilient as 17.
Dude, resilient's the fucking best. The resilient is awesome for people
We haven't really had to use it, to be honest.
Well, you didn't even know I had it.
No, I know, but like we haven't because again, we're a team. So as a pug, it's an entirely different system. But like as a team, we usually are like coordinated enough that once we've got the resilient 17 in this case, we're fine. Like we'll be okay as long as we don't do anything insanely stupid.
Yeah, we're not bricking 17s often after we've already
again, like I don't really worry about the idea that the people at 20s are worried about their resilience. Are people selling things? Yeah, because there are degenerate people that play this game. Ask this Carlos guy who doesn't want kids to play.
Yeah, they're equally degenerate. Write that down.
If they should be banned.
Yeah, ban them.
If you're a title pusher randomly listening to this podcast for some reason and you feel strongly about this, I actually advise you to not mythic grade at all and just get whatever the max eye level gear you is, and to give data to show that, hey, this is actually a problem, and then send it to Blizzard, and then maybe they'll look at it. But
no, Tettles will probably do a 0 to hero thing where he will like, I'm not going to mythic grade and see what happens. Right?
We love extrapolating from anecdotal data. We're so good at that. So just send it to us. We'll come up with an opinion based on
forget the anecdotal data, because like again, it's entirely unfair, and my personal belief is if you're the player that's good enough to do the the title range, you're probably also in cutting edge guilds because you want to see like mythic lore and how fun it is.
Yeah, it's probably annoying. Like you're like, oh man, I have to do this. Like, but it's like not like
I don't want to do raid for the most part. I just want to see the fight once and I'm done. But yet I do it because like
achievement?
20 other people want to come along and see
Speaking of which, when are we
MTC.
doing the achievement run?
Well, once they announce the patch.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And by the way, there's one achievement that's a doozy, it looks like. So, okay.
Oh.
Here's something for Scrap, since Lithium keeps bringing up her DPS as a Devourer.
Oh,
They
go ahead.
added this to PTR. I'd love it if they added it to the game. But they introduced a instanced area on the PTR called the Dummy Dome. All right?
Yeah.
And in it, you can set up your own effective test dummy system, which this might even be a precursor for what comes to the housing later.
Oh, you put a dummy at your house? Oh.
But because it's instance, and you can, again, I want to fight a single target,
Doug
2
Dimmy
targets, 3
Dome.
targets.
Oh my god, Doug
Doug
Dummy
Dimmy Dome.
Dome.
Yep. And you can do like healing target dummy, blah, blah, and tanking, of course.
Yep.
But because it's instanced, now you can log them. And there's been this insane push for people to get their EP now for logging highest single. It's called Sinister Single, Diabolical Duo, Terrible Trio, Fearsome 5.
Cute.
Right?
I like this.
And I like Twitter, it hasn't been that crazy, but like Twitter people, I think from Warcraft logs, they're like, oh, someone's taking the top spot. So Scrap, you can now go on the PTR and you can push yourself in a controlled instance to show us how capable you are as a Devourer Demon Hunter, and shows where
You're
you'd
gonna be so
rank
impressed, dude.
up.
You're gonna be like, wow.
No.
Whoa.
Well, I won't.
Yep.
Controlled
So
environments are a little like misleading, but I do think if you're able to log this in the future, it's could be a good way to check what you're doing compared to what someone else is doing.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, and the other
Hella
part of
unholy.
well, the other part of like the misleading nature of this is that like in at least a raid fight for the most part, there are so many variables that stop you from getting the DPS that's not necessarily fair. Like in a perfect
Especially
world,
on
yeah,
a
your talents
caster.
might be this, and that, but you don't want
Yeah.
those talents for this fate, you know.
True.
But it's still nice to see like, you know, I think of it as time trials in Mario Kart, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you're an entirely
the
in a
best.
sterile environment, and you get to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And so, and also as
Shout out to that Frost DK who's
Oh, yeah,
up there.
yeah.
The
In
unholy.
fact, let's look at the whole thing, right? So,
There's a
I mean,
couple.
DKs are feasting good. It looks like
Yeah,
BM.
BM's having a moment. Is this single target?
Yeah, the single target.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, who cares then? Go to the multi-target.
Oh, there's a survival.
Yeah, survival single target is gonna be goated because Mongoose Bite's back.
Frost was really good in the dungeons I was doing with them. Frost DK.
How many is this? 5?
How many?
The 5 mobs.
Oh, enhancement shaman
would
up
be
there. Hello.
Funny if we
I
ever
mean,
get to a point
Probably
where both
procced.
DKs are so strong that it's just like double DK and Og, one Frost, one Unholy. That'd be
Cool.
pretty funny.
Love it.
Well,
Yeah.
and you won't see where like what's the priest thing? What's their spell they give you?
PI.
PI. Power infusion.
Yeah.
Like that again, this is like untainted data. You can just see people playing at their very best possible. So
I'm wondering how much of this is just like RNG, like you got like way
some
more
will definitely
crits
be,
than
yeah.
normal. Like,
again, it's the same thing with like the time trials on Mario Kart. Like who's
Yeah,
the
of
person that
course.
was successfally able to like glitch it 3 times in a row to get the
What-
perfect time?
I'm sorry, that took incredible skill. Are you talking about the weather tanko, Frank?
No, I'm not.
No.
No,
Okay,
and even
thought
then, I shouldn't
having a
say
weather
like. Of
tanko
course,
mention.
the glitch is skill. Right?
Yeah,
But what
those
I'm
people
saying is
are athletes.
There's
man.
a little
We
bit of
talk about
luck
athletes.
into stringing 3 of them together. Is that fair?
There can be, but
But what I
can
like
be.
about this too, though, is that like I didn't have an idea. Okay, so we're going back to this argument of vibe building my talents, right? I was like, oh, I want to check out Arcane because they made some pretty substantial changes, and I was like, oh shit, I have no idea where to begin with this talent tree. Well, here I can go look at this guy and see what his
the
talent
vibe
tree
building.
is.
I thought we were done with this.
No, I'm just saying as an example. I'm not. I don't
Yeah.
want to vibe build anymore.
And
But, like-
I don't want to bring up the vibe building again. I know it's a really dead horse, but I don't know that vibe building is copying a guy who copied WoWhead.
Well,
Wow.
this isn't on Wowhead.
I don't think that should count. No, but he probably is a guide writer or something. Like if he's up there being that sweaty about it.
I think there's no
Maybe.
evidence to support that, but whatever. Okay.
If your vibe builder is taking somebody else's vibe, I don't know if that's. I think that's steel building.
What? Where? When you say where is he taking this from?
No, where if you are like I'm vibe building and I'm gonna go find out what
No,
this
I'm
guy
saying
did.
that I'm not vibe building. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
No,
my
I'm saying I was
goodness.
just saying in the world where I don't want to vibe build, this is what I would do.
We need to keep you.
Oh.
Apparently, we need to keep you honest, Frank, and that's the issue.
Speaking
It's
of
my
keeping
life's
me honest, okay,
pursuit.
well we'll talk
Yeah,
about
like-
our new season endeavor.
Scrap.
Scrap. You want to talk about your 2-hour character?
Oh, am I? Yeah, I'm gonna do a 2-hour character. I don't
Can
know,
I
like
can I set this up?
what.
Okay. So this
Well,
this
it was
argument
based
came
on
up.
a misunderstanding, but go ahead and
Not
set it
not
up. I want to
necessarily
make sure you put that
misunderstanding. No,
in.
someone asked
Yeah, it
us a
was
question.
just someone. Go
I
ahead.
think
Go ahead.
absolute.
No,
I think
Frank,
absolute asked us a
Frank
question.
changed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolute asked us a question that was originally, and I even said I changed it. It was like, could you be competitive if you played 45 minutes a day, right? And I said, well, let's take it more extreme and let's make it 2 hours a week, right? Like you just log on a Friday night, you do a couple dungeons. Could you get to? We landed in our arguments off the podcast. We landed in our arguments of saying like, could you get to 3,400, right?
Oh
And
hell no! I thought it was 2K.
no,
I thought we were
no,
just KSM.
Never mind. Never mind. I
No.
quit.
Never mind. I'm out.
It was KSM, but it was KS Myth, not
yeah.
KS Master.
Anyways, okay.
What?
So
Why are
point
they both
is,
called KSM?
I was going to originally I was like, okay, I'll make that kind of like a wheel thing, and I rolled a character. I got Frost Mage, and I was like, okay, I'll like just play him 2 hours a day, or sorry, 2 hours a week on Friday, and I was going to stream it and make sure everything was documented. And then of course Scrap comes fucking in and starts talking about how I have to level it from scratch and this and that. So I said, fuck it, I'm not doing it. This is as Lithian would say, it's a no-win scenario for me because you guys got to keep me honest
no-win scenario.
about things that
you
are.
can win.
No,
You can win if you follow my rule set.
No, I am not doing
Yeah.
it. It's a no-win scenario for me.
It was a simple rule set. You had to
Anyways.
be timed. Like
Anyways,
yeah.
you said you
That's
wanted to do it
rules.
anyways, Scrap, but now you're backing out.
She
no,
wanted me
Yeah.
to make an add-on that shut your computer down after 2 hours.
Shuts your computer down after you played 2 hours. I think that's reasonable. So Lithian, I still need you to get on that because I'm gonna do this. But I was thinking KSM, KSH
No,
range, like
3,400.
KSH.
3,400.
Okay, I'm still gonna do it.
Or whatever the
2
equivalent
hours
will
a week
be
is an
next
easy
season.
one.
What character are you gonna do it on? You gonna
I
roll
was
the
just
wheel?
gonna do it on a character I have at 80, and I was literally gonna level it like 80 to 90, including in my
warrior?
2 hours. Yeah, so I was thinking my
Can I-
warrior or my shaman.
Can I, while we're on the subject of your leveling, can you explain to me why you think that's necessary to be a part of the equation? That you have to level it first?
Okay, yeah. So the premise I think was that if we were like trying to have a perfect experiment, right? I don't want you starting the season with like a bunch of IO, a bunch of gear, a bunch of this, and I thought we were all gonna do this.
What
And I was
does it
like,
have
how
to do
can
with
we make it
leveling?
the most even?
So
No, but how can we make it the most even? It's like if we all start at 80, then we're all getting, then we all have had the same time. Maybe some people will use it more efficiently, but there's no like, we don't have to say like, oh, we have to have
But it
this item
wasn't a
level gear to start
competition
this
of you
system.
versus me.
I thought no,
Yeah.
but it's an experiment, and there needs to be a control, right? Like there needs to be an
But
even
the person who
playing
plays
here's the
2 hours
thing.
a night wouldn't be level 80.
No, but I'm saying so we say that this is the first season 1.
Oh.
Season 1 you would be level 80.
No, you
So-
wouldn't. There's a 3-week preseason.
So
Okay,
Hold
that's
on.
what then I said we'll
Sorry,
start
let
3
IO
weeks
talk.
early.
Let IO talk. Let IO
Well,
talk.
say we
no
start 3
matter-
weeks early, you get 2 hours every 3 weeks. You get 6 hours to level it.
no matter how you try to spin it, there's no actual way you're going to get any data that's going to accurately replicate a player that's playing like that, because that's not even a casual player. That's like less than casual. So I think that if you're I think if you're going into the experiment and you want to pretend like, okay, like you're role playing a guy who just got a new job, so you went hard in season 1 but now you only have 2 hours a week to play, I think you could absolutely do that without having to add all these extra like silly rules to it.
Well, the
I
thing
was
is,
just trying to get
my
an
argument.
untainted
Well,
experiment.
no, and
you
they
know?
were going to time me if I ever looked at Wowhead. They're like, if you look at Wowhead, it counts to your 2 hours, which I think
Oh,
is
I
bullshit.
don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. That's
Yeah, that was a
stupid.
weird one.
Because
But-
that's
That
something
was
you sit on
funny.
the toilet, you're looking at Wowhead, like
no,
that's,
because my argument was
like,
we talked about Thomas before, the Delve guy, right?
Delve
And
guy.
he would
multiple.
read guides before he played. Like he was all about trying to understand what he
I
needed
don't-
to understand.
I don't have a problem with that. The reason I want the timer that shuts your computer off, Frank, is I think that you'll be like, oh, like I just got into a key
Scrap,
and
I
or
would
like I
stream it. You'd
AFK'd
have
or whatever.
everything documented.
Well, then I'm gonna have to watch the streams to keep you honest, or what? Like,
So what-
Or just
So
shut
what,
your
you
PC
want
down.
my power to shut
Yeah.
off in the whole house?
here's what I thought. Why I thought a clean experiment where multiple of us are doing it under the same parameters is because we could see like maybe some people got further or whatever. It's like, well, what were you doing that made you get more out of the 2 hours? And it's like if the answer is I went really fucking hard before the season even started, so I had like a bit of a jump, then I don't think that's realistic implementation of the experiment.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with leveling. You could just say
Frank,
you're
I
not allowed to
don't-
play it before the season starts.
I don't. Well, we could do that. That's fine. I don't think that having an add-on that turns your computer off is too much to ask. Like,
So
I can't play
before-
WoW for the rest of the night. I can't go on my other tunes.
yeah.
Nope,
Actually,
you're
wait. They make parental controls. Could you do that with like a character? Like
No.
you could say you can only play this character for 2 hours a week.
Anyways,
like,
Aya, what were you gonna say?
If
go on, Io, sorry.
before the changes to the gearing they did a couple weeks ago, I would have said it probably isn't likely. But now I think like the first couple weeks, if you can get into a heroic raid and just use that 2 hours, just get like 2 vault slots from that, you're going to get 1 of 6 gear, so you're going to be able to gear a bit quicker. So I think you could, depending on the level of the player where they're starting at, I think you could definitely get
Yeah.
to a decent level
Well-
now with only 2 hours.
Well, my
a week.
argument is that you have, we'll just say 20 weeks for the sake of argument,
Mhm.
right? And actually, we can even see how many weeks we have right now and where we're at. Where is that stuff? It's in the stats. Okay, so like we're in week 14 right now. Yeah, so we've got at least 6 more weeks. So 20 weeks is a fair number, right? I need to. I could be 8 weeks in and still be in her hero gear, and be totally fine in getting 3,400 by now.
Here's my other concession, Frank.
I had a guy,
is that
I had a DK doing 60k damage, less than the tank,
Frank,
in
here's
A12
the other,
tonight.
There's
There you go.
14 weeks so far in the season, right?
Yeah.
How many weeks will be in the season when it's done?
20.
We just said
20 weeks? Okay, you have 40 hours to start at 0 and get up to 8, or to start at 80 and get all the gear you want.
Why are we
That-
starting at 80? Please stop
Because
this.
you would start at 80 at the beginning of this season
No,
1.
then
That's
I'd have
how-
46
how-
hours scrap.
That's how you
46
untaint
hours.
it, Frank. That's
Yeah,
how you
have
use your
to
taint.
untaint it. Yeah.
You
You have to
taint.
untaint it. You only have 40. You've 100%
Anyways,
played more than 46 hours on that.
anyways,
on
my
that.
Why Frank
argument
quit.
was this
Yeah.
is why I quit. This is exactly why I quit. I said there's no way I'm winning, because even if I were to get 3,400 and even if I were to shut the computer off at 2 hours, because again,
It's
like
not
I
about
think it's unfair
winning
for
or
me to say that if
losing.
I start a key with 25 minutes left that I have to shut it off with like at the 2 hour.
You do. You didn't manage your
2
time
hours.
No,
correctly.
it's
2
not
hours.
like the person who's in jail and they have to like, hey, you only got the computer for 2 hours or get fucked.
He's
No,
already
like,
stretching
it's-
it. He's already
Yeah,
stretching it.
Exactly my
That's
point.
why-
Exactly
Very
my
cheating.
point.
No, if
So-
you start a key with less time than whatever, you should have not started a key. You should have been doing other
Yeah,
shit.
I
You
should
have
have not let my
delves
kid.
and
I should have not let my kids.
battlegrounds
No,
or,
because
or
again,
whatever.
the idea
Go
was
give your kid a bath.
the idea of the question was like, if you're the person who only gets 45 minutes a day, right?
Mhm.
And so like, yeah, I'm not saying you need to be religious to the 2 hours. It could be 2 hours, 5 minutes. It's not the end of the world, right?
Oh, that's cheating.
But
Well, you see how
anyways-
tell me, guys, tell me in the
anyways,
comments if this man needs a strict rule
as
set.
they're
because
trying
he's
to trigger
already
me,
trying to stretch 5
I
minutes.
need
It'll be 10
I need
minutes.
Sperry
it'll be
brought back
20.
here right now because they're clearly trying to wind me up.
Sperry would
The
agree
point
with me.
being is that even if I limited it to 2 hours on the nose,
Yeah,
right,
on the nose.
and got 3,400, and I did it with a class that wasn't meta, and blah blah blah
I
blah
don't care
blah.
about that. You can do it on the most meta
It doesn't
class of all
matter.
time.
It doesn't matter. What would end up happening is that you guys would also say, well, because your IO is this on your main tune, and because you know the game so well, it's not fair. You're not
You have
casual.
to hide your
Oh,
Raider IO the whole season.
Yeah. Well, I agree
You
with that.
gotta
I would
do it-
agree to that.
Yeah.
But
You
Yeah.
need to have a second account that has no ties.
Second
to
account.
information.
Yeah.
no, I could just
No time
tell.
played. You start
No, I could
completely
just tell
fresh.
Raider IO to not like include my character.
No,
anymore.
you can't get the
Yep.
bonus rolls or whatever. You can't.
Oh, you can't get the speedy leveling
crest-
from the.
Wait. What do you mean the bonus rolls? The bonus rolls are.
No, the crest discount.
No,
and
we
all
Oh,
the
yeah.
other
we had
stuff.
we had a rule around that where you had to factor in the cost. You couldn't
Well,
just
that
like.
was the other thing, as I said, is that you can't.
I'm not spending
you can't,
$180 to prove this point. Like, what the
Well,
fuck?
that's what I said, is that you can't send gold from character
You're
to
No,
character.
yeah, I
tainting
agree.
it.
Everybody
I
was like,
agree with that to an extent.
Look,
You're tainting it,
Look,
Frank.
I was not picturing this like a competition.
Yes,
I
you
think,
were. Oh my
no, I
god.
wasn't. I was thinking of it as like a sterile experiment, and that like if you get to
Sterile.
3,500 and I only get to 3K, it's like, well, why do you think that happened? Is it like, oh, because well,
I'm not
this is
doing
what
it.
I did, and this is what
my
I did, and
sanity
maybe I was
will
very
not be able to
efficient.
handle it.
Don't
I
worry,
think
Scrap.
you don't
I'll
think
do
we
it.
could have
I'll
it.
do it.
Yeah, okay,
way-
Lithian will do it with me.
Good,
And
go
Lithian and I are
crazy.
gonna have such a
Go
gentleman's
fucking
game,
crazy.
right? So-
Gentlemen's.
Because
Yeah,
you
Lithian-
guys
Not a
will treat
contest,
each
but it's a
other with
gentleman's
some
game.
respect, whereas no matter what I
100%
do,
respect.
you guys will just fucking destroy my psyche.
I think you're
I'm
kind
not
of putting it
having
on us without
If
giving us
there
a
was-
chance, Frank.
Ever a juice
To
that wasn't worth the
the
destroy-
Toxie
squeeze,
jar
it's
is
this.
evidence enough to say you don't deserve a chance. So
Oh,
fuck off.
we need that Toxie money, dude.
Yeah.
That's
All
why,
right. Well, we're almost in 2
Frank,
hours.
it's only 2 hours to commit to this to see if we prove
no,
you right
it's
or not.
46 hours
Podcast
to commit at
episode.
it.
2 hours a week.
It's a podcast episode
No,
every week.
and again,
A
I don't
podcast
scrap.
episode
It's
a
not the
week.
time that's the problem. It's you guys. You're the problem.
No, you're putting it on us before we even
Not
started. We're
me.
gonna be in our
No,
bestest
no.
behavior.
You
We're gonna have
want-
toxic
no, you're
jar.
not, because you want me to
Yeah.
level for some fucking reason because you think
How
that
about-
that's
Leveling.
Frank. How about this? If you
Io,
accept the terms of our
I'm gonna mute them in a
parameters, Frank.
second. No, I'm
No,
not.
listen.
No,
Listen.
Okay.
This is my final
I'm answering your
statement.
question.
My
No,
final
I'm not.
statement.
I'm not
Frank.
accepting your terms.
No, Frank.
I'm done.
Then Lithian and I will each have a toxic jar,
No,
and if we are
no,
ever toxic
no,
to you, we
no,
will put money into the
no.
toxic
Nope.
jar.
No,
Regarding the
No.
experiment, nothing else, of course.
no,
My Toxie jar would always be empty.
He's
No.
unreasonable, Lithian.
no.
You can't reason
I
with
can tell
him.
you because even in the discussion of our Discord where people were like talking about, oh well, this rule and that rule and this rule, and again, everyone was just making all these like caveats to what, and again, all of them were mostly fair. It was just like
Yeah.
every single hurdle was like, yeah, but Frank's gonna do this, and yeah, but Frank's gonna do that, and yeah, you got to start at level 80 for
But
some
Frank
fucking
is a
stupid reason.
cheater.
It's such a
Frank is a
illogical
cheater,
thing to-
right?
Well, he would
I don't
if you had
know.
accepted the terms, Frank. He would just have to put money
Well,
into the jar right
th-
now.
this
But now you
is
don't
the-
have any money.
I don't.
The
I'm not gonna
issue
get that money.
is you're trying to make an experiment, but you're also trying to create this controlled environment, but you're also not taking into account things like this 2-hour-a-week person. Hey, they have a couple days off from work and they're like, I'm going to spend my free
No,
time playing a
I'm not
game.
allowed to have that.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
like-
saying
like,
this is they have 2 hours average,
fucking
right? So
stupid.
some
It's
days, some weeks they
stupid.
have
Stupid.
1,
It's
some weeks they
stupid.
have 3. It
So
averages
it's
out
not
to
an
2
experiment,
hours.
it's a contest.
No, it's not a
It's a
contest
gentleman's
because no one
game.
wins. It's at the end of the game, we all shake hands. There's no winner, no prize, no nothing.
Gentleman's
We
game.
have a gentlemanly discussion about what was the
Frank,
best
they're trying
use
to
of
lure
I-
you into a
time.
I
false sense of
hope
security.
you
Don't,
have
don't fall
fun.
for it.
My
Yeah, we hope you have fun.
my
Yeah.
posi mode is so fragile that I cannot accept the fact that you guys are not going to find every single way to destroy
They're
my
not even going to
psyche.
do it, Frank. They're
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
do it. I'm
No, I
gonna
know
do
they're
it.
not
I'm
going
gonna
to
do
do it. I
it,
know they're not
warrior.
going to do it. No, she's not.
What?
No, I
I'm
am.
doing it.
No.
I'm doing it.
Good, go
Lithian, I
crazy.
need the
Go
add-on that
fucking crazy.
Lithian, I need the add-on that keeps
I'm
track
going
because
to
I'm
do-
bad
level
at time
85.
I'm going to play the role of Scrap and Lithian in their game. All right. I'm going
Okay.
to watch them like a hawk. I'm going to have a PowerPoint ready. I'm going to destroy every part
Yeah.
of what they fucked up in this experiment and how they tainted it.
It's gonna be
And then
easy
when they
to
go,
grade because-
oh,
yeah.
it worked and Frank was right, I'm gonna go, I don't give a shit. You guys are
Let's-
fucking cheaters.
Let's take that energy and let's put it into the E-team push for season 2.
Dude, that energy's coming.
Yeah, but
that
that's gonna
energy's
take
coming.
more than 2 hours a week is the thing. I
Yeah,
like
that's
this
gonna
2
take a
hour
lot
a
of
week
hours.
thing.
That energy
This
is
hype.
coming. Okay. Hey, Scrap, you want to see how the pets look in the
Yes.
house? It doesn't look like the like you can't arrange the pathing
I
for
like
them
the
yet,
lily pad.
right?
Cute.
But
Yeah,
here's some of
Pad
the things
wherever
you can
they
do, right?
can.
And for some reason, you'll see it here in a second. So I add a couple things. They're not working entirely, so it's not like really fair.
Yeah.
But I added so this guy right here, he starts flying around and it works fine. I added a
Cute.
snowman to this like little fire thing, and it killed him. He just died on the fire.
Well,
so
yeah, you put a snowman in the
I know, but I
fireplace.
thought that was
I
unfair.
think that's actually like a feature, not a bug. Like it's a funny interaction with a piece of
Like
furniture.
who's gonna put a snowman in the fire?
But you can see
Dude,
him
I-
like he was flying.
yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
actually forgot.
cute.
But he was flying around and having
Yeah.
a good
Oh,
old time.
behavior stationary. Can you do different animations or anything like on Wowhead, like where you could do it?
You mean like
Oh,
they're
okay,
special?
no. Roaming stationary. Yeah, I mean some like have like they sit or do like a little thing.
I think if they're stationary, they'll do their thing.
they'll
right?
do the things. Okay.
Yeah. But it's so rare that thing happens, so I wouldn't necessarily get too excited.
I mean, it's just like some pets, like cats. If you kneel, they'll come and sit in your lap. Like it would be cool if like that
Well-
cats had a special. Oh, Frank,
Yeah,
that
that
makes
guy.
I like that. That's a feature, not a bug. That's like a really cute little interaction.
Well, I think if you feel that way, Scrap, you should get on the PTR and leave those notes for them because
You know, I will not be
I
doing
know,
that.
and
Just
then
won't do
we'll
that.
never have that feature thanks to you.
No, we have it. It's in the game. I just saw it happen.
But again, I don't even think this is like fully implemented yet, because it made it
Yeah.
sound like you would be able to build the path that you wanted to run. So
Yeah, that would be cool. Or if you could have them kind of like loosely follow you through the house, like if they just kind of like homed towards you.
yeah.
I know they can do that because those tornadoes in that stupid ass dungeon home towards you. I swear to God, they do.
See, I like randomness. Like I just want it to be random.
Well,
Yeah,
like
that's
a real
fine.
pet.
But
I
it'd be
like-
cool if you're like, this one is Ariosto's, and so he stays in Ariosto's room or something, you know?
Well, I like the
I guess
idea
that's
of
fair.
the stationary. I just wish they were a little more animated in the stationary. Like they would kind of maybe just
See-
like take a step here and there and like just
I-
move around a little bit.
But
in
I
the
think
bed.
it's for like maybe you can
I-
use them as kind of like furniture elements where you could have like a little dragon head sticking out of something or out of a pot
I
or
want them. I
something.
want them to be like Io's cats. That's what I want. Io's cats are free. They freely
Right.
roam. I haven't seen one in a long time.
Yeah,
I'm
they never
assuming
come
he
up on
still
the.
has
They
them,
never
but,
like obstructing the camera, so they're not that free.
I want them to be like my dogs where they just start rapidly destroying things behind me knowing that I can't get
I
up
don't
to
want
stop
them to
them.
be. I don't want them to be like Scrap's dogs because that's
know,
chaos.
Go into
You've never
Scrap's
met them,
house
they're
and there's
lovely.
just gonna be puke everywhere.
What? My dogs don't puke, except they have.
Apparently, my
that, though.
children do, thanks to you.
Yeah.
this
Yeah, you talk
brings
about it more than
kids.
I do.
All the
Alright.
time.
I'm gonna just bring this up because I don't think we're gonna have a lot to say about it. But there was this huge discussion around this Project Camelot.
Challenge Scrap.
A couple,
over this.
14 months ago or something, there was this thing, like a screenshot of a PowerPoint, and it
Mm.
predicts like the War Within Midnight coming out in Q1, which it did, The Last Titan, and then we have 14.0 and 15.0. So we have some like date slots populated in there, and of course all the classic stuff. But then you'll see there's this Camelot thing that's supposed to come out in Q3 around BlizzCon, and this is supposed to be like the future of Classic Plus. They even did
Cool.
like, I think that, and you might know this better than I do, Io, but like they did like a Season of Discovery refresh a couple months ago, and they just reopened phase 2, and apparently like doubled Season of Discovery's population like overnight, which was cool. But are you guys excited about the Camelot? Whatever Project Camelot is.
I don't know what it is, so
No.
I can't get excited about it. And I
No,
don't
but
trust
But
Blizzard
you're
with
not even
games
like,
anymore.
okay, I was gonna say you're not even like eager to find out.
No, it's not like a game studio that I'm like that always puts out bangers anymore, like it used to be.
Oh
so
wow! They
sorry.
don't put out bangers
Name
anymore.
one
That's
banger they haven't put out.
No, that wasn't a banger. Overwatch 2.
I mean,
It's,
was-
I mean,
that
a
was
lot
like
of
an-
people
that
play
was like an
Overwatch
update.
too.
and it was an update. Like,
No, it was shipped as an expansion. They recently removed the 2
I
to
thought it
say
was
like
free.
what, the expansion?
yeah.
I mean, it's still a
So you
really
could
good
play
game.
with
Like
them, but you have to
can
buy the expansion.
dislike the
No, I don't think you
the
have to buy
practices
Over-
behind it, but it's still a really
You
good
don't have
game.
to anymore, Frank, but it that only recently happened.
No,
If I want
Overwatch
to know about
Did not
Overwatch,
cuss
I just
on
talk to
release. What
Fluff.
are you talking about, Scrap? Stop spreading fake
What?
news. It was
I don't
free to
know.
play. It was just an update. Like that's all they did.
Why they called
It was
Overwatch 2?
it must have been a terrible update.
That's the reason why they dropped the 2, Scrap.
Candy Crush 2. Hasn't come out yet.
Well,
I'm already
anyways,
disappointed.
Anyways.
yeah, it's interesting because there's some other things. I actually just watched a Bellular video about this recently that talked about this and how it linked up with some other leaks that ended up being true. And
Well, and an anime series coming.
yeah, something like that.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
but it's coming. So in theory, if they announce it at BlizzCon, it's likely going to come out a little bit after, and it looks like it's going to run a bit with. Looks like it's going to run in with Wrath of the Lich King, and it looks like maybe they're planning on, if this is true, it looks like they're planning on kind of redoing the 3 expansion cycle
Mhm.
outside of that. But yeah, especially if it comes out like shortly after BlizzCon, I think if we're there for the announcement, I'll probably be pretty hype and check it out. And
Yeah.
it's cool to see that there might something be coming out about it, but I do also kind of need to see what it looks like first
What
before
do
I
you think it
commit
is?
time
Is
to it.
gonna be a game in the style of Classic?
No, it's gonna be supposedly it's gonna be what Classic Plus is supposed to be, but
It's like an
we have to
alternate
see what it is.
universe.
But
We
What?
don't
there's
know.
no Camelot in WoW.
No, it's
So-
codename.
It might just be
Camelot.
like a code name, yeah.
Yeah.
Codename Camelot.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Like
the Arthas ARPG is called
Overwatch
Arthas.
started as as a like codename Ghost or whatever, right? Which everyone
Right.
thought was gonna be StarCraft Ghost, and then they made it into Overwatch when StarCraft Ghost fell apart, right?
Okay.
But like again, anime series, but also this RTS, so like a new real-time strategy called Chronicles, which maybe is like all 3 games of the stories, or maybe they even turn in the stories of World of Warcraft into an RTS and you play out those scenarios. That'd be cool. And then Arthas ARPG. I don't know what the fuck that would be like, but
It's like
interesting.
ARPG is like
No, I know.
be like
It's like
Dark
Diablo.
Souls. Oh,
It's like-
okay.
no, ARPG is like Diablo.
Oh, like Diablo. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was action RPG.
Oh, maybe. Well, is Dark Souls considered an ARPG?
No.
Hold on. What's an ARPG?
Strike number
Help me
ARPG
out.
is Diablo, like a dungeon crawler.
Oh, okay.
Or like it.
I'm off on my terminology.
So Dark Souls is kind of like an ARPG, but it's more just means it kind of a different way. It's more like an action adventure game.
Yeah, I
with
thought
RPG
ARPG was
elements.
action RPG, like
Yeah.
the new Final Fantasy VII and stuff.
No, it's like constant
Like a hack and slash.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think Dark Souls is an ARPG.
It might
Dark
be.
Souls is its own category.
I'm not gonna.
About the 40K games, like Space Marine and stuff like that. It's like what was that game with Gears of War? 'Cause it's not really an RPG.
No, it's
but
not an ARPG.
like
No, ARPG
feel
is like
like,
top down, as I understand it.
can you
Top down.
list or something? Can
Path
you
of
ask the,
Exile. You know, Diablo is obviously the big one. Minecraft Dungeons or whatever it was called is an ARPG, right?
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like you guys are full of misinformation.
Hold on,
today.
I gotta look this up.
You
I gotta
guys,
find out.
Lithian? I
I
feel
always
like
thought
there's only one
ARPG was
I mean,
contention.
I
action.
don't know. I don't know anything about any of
Here we
this
go.
because I only play World of
Dark
Warcraft.
I'm
Souls
Goog-
an ARPG? Question mark? Yeah, it's considered an ARPG.
Oh, I guess they are, but it's a term. It's like you can say anything's a role playing game because you're always playing a role. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
but when I say a role playing game, you should know what I mean by a role playing game.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
there's like Reddit's
I mean, it has
arguing about it
Metroidvania
here.
elements. Well, and you know what? People call them Souls like now. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
its
yeah.
own
Well, yeah,
fucking
that's
thing, right?
that's what I said.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. None of this
Cool.
matters.
Whatever,
Okay.
listening. I wasn't listening when you said it.
You guys want to read
I-
some comments?
I was
Yeah.
hoping that the Arthas
do
would
it.
be like a Dark Souls. That would be fucking sick. Where you're fucking, you
It-
know, like with a big ass sword.
It's not really known what it's going to be, but it's probably going to be closer to like a Diablo, I think.
Maybe.
That's really lame. I'd rather it be like
Because
Final Fantasy 16.
they know
like an
Diablo.
action RPG. Yeah, but
All right.
what if you're swinging a big sword and killing lots of guys, killing lots of peasants?
What's the first comment there, Frank?
First comment says looking at late July or late June and seeing the 100 highest keys are 24s and 25s is wild. What's wrong with that?
That's boring.
No. The first comment you're gonna read.
Oh, okay.
Oh. The Faded Season. Okay, so this is from Grunslayer 5525. The Faded Seasons ruined everything for me.
Uncle Iroh.
Grunkle?
Grunkle,
Oh,
right.
Grunkle. There
Yeah.
you go. There you go.
Can you not read
No.
it?
How am I supposed to? It's all letters jumbled together. It's not like they're
Grunkle,
capitalized.
it's like Uncle Iroh and Grunkle Stan.
you know,
mixed
Grunkle, the word that
together.
I
It's
commonly
cartoon
use in the
stuff.
English language. Fucking
You don't know
Christ.
cartoons. You don't know ball.
The
Yeah.
Faded Season. This is why I'm not doing the 2 hours. The Faded Season ruined everything for me. I used to not care about how far away my from Biss my guy was without cutting edge, but then I'd done it, and for just one brief moment in Dragonflight Season 4, I got to be fully geared, push higher keys than I'd ever pushed, and fight all the other DPS in equal footing. But most importantly, I got the fastest Mythic Plus queues of my life because I wasn't visibly under geared compared to others. Now I have a mage with just 12 IOs, but a perfect gear score, and I get into keys so much faster than my rogue, who's only 4 to 5 eye level off max, and has done all 14s, even though, dude, this
This is anecdotal.
well, yeah, I was gonna say this is anecdotal because, like, well, one, rogues are so shit right now that no one
Yeah.
wants them anywhere.
Mages have hero.
This has nothing to do with the Faded Season. Wasn't that the season where you got to we did random dungeons that were not part of the expansion? And
Yeah, it was season 4, so like it was easier to access power. I think you could get like the perfect gear. 'cause
Yeah,
there
you
was
got the
all kinds of crazy bullshit.
dinars.
Yeah,
Dinars.
I don't.
I kind of vibe with this sentiment, but in my experience when I'm pugging keys, the IO is way more important than the gear score. Like, obviously, I'm looking for a kind of a package deal, but if they're like a couple off of, like, if I see somebody perfect gear score and low IO, I'd rather take someone who had 5
Crap.
less and better
You'll
IO.
take somebody with a weird name.
Well, yeah, I will.
That
also
is
take
true.
somebody with-
You're in our episode where we talked about how do you do good in M+. You said,
Yeah.
well, first thing is make sure you're whispering them and saying hello.
Yeah. If it's a resilient key, all bets are fucking off. I go nuts on that. I'll take whatever. I'll take the weirdest
Oh my
application.
goodness.
Except for
But-
sometimes where if people have a low gear score, even if they have a high IO, I'll still be weary.
But this guy's not saying low. He's like four off of max. Like, I mean, my demon hunter is like several off of max, and I haven't had
I
problem
will
getting to the
say-
key level I'm pushing.
on my mage, right? I feel like this has been the season that's the easiest I've ever had to get into my weekly keys, like 12s. I've
Right.
like had to like maybe get rejected by from 2, and by the 3rd I'm in a group, right? And
Yeah.
I was like 287 eye level, so I'm not at max. Now, granted, I had some 16s on my my gear score or my IO, but it was like 1 or 2, and the rest were 12s.
I mean, I think that
And-
helps.
Well, it does definitely help. But what I'm saying is like, and getting a 16 is not that terribly hard to do it once in a season, right? If you play a lot.
Yeah, just get one.
But what I don't understand is like the faded season's ruined everything for me. Like it sounds
No,
like
I think he
you're
ruined it
happy.
because he had such a fun time, is what he's saying.
Okay. But
He
like,
said he ruined it because it was so fucking
but
good.
now every season's faded.
I gotta say, this season I have the closest abyss I've ever had,
And
in
it's gonna
any
only get better
season
next
ever.
season.
Like I've never had such an easy time getting bis because of the reroll system.
It's only gonna
It's
get better
fucking
next
sweet.
season, right? There'll be like
Yeah.
maybe 2 items that you're like, oh shit, those are technically bis, and I can't get 9 out of 6, but whatever.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
in the
But what I
faded
want to say to
system,
this guy is like, hey, like take another look at it. We are playing the faded season, and I hope
it-
you have a good time and get into
the
more keys.
faded season, you would be able to get like mythic gear from the raid that you wouldn't have been able to get otherwise, though. So it's a little different.
Not mythic. Remember, we can only get hero versions of it.
No, with the
You could do
Denars, you could
Mars.
absolutely
No,
get
but you had
myth
to no,
versions.
because you were getting
You had to
mythic
do
raid
the
boss.
mythic
You had to
raid.
kill the
kill
boss.
the mythic boss.
Yeah.
No. You're thinking of the coins. He's talking about Dragonflight Season 4. Those Denars you got 2 from doing like you just get 2 off the boss, and then you just go get what you want from the vendor.
Bro, I
Yeah,
did
but
not play
you have
Dragonflight Season
to-
4 because of the shitty 4-set fiasco for me.
You still have to complete the content. Like if you didn't kill the mythic raid boss, those items are unavailable to you.
Yeah, that's what I remember. too.
Back then. I think you were mythic raiding back then, so it didn't count.
In Dragonflight Season 4.
He was not.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what you do or did. I don't
I mean,
remember
not
that far
not that
back.
it matters, but I don't think they've ever offered. Maybe they did. There's no reason.
This was the reason there was the big controversy when the puzzling chips came out.
I don't remember.
When did we debate
you-
this?
You know,
What-
it
what
doesn't matter. It
podcast
doesn't
has
We
it been?
debate this every
It doesn't matter.
season.
It doesn't matter. Just go. Just let's move
Guys,
on.
in the comments, tell us what any of
Tell
us
us
are talking
if-
about right now.
tell us-
Somebody
tell us
parse this
how-
apart.
Tell us how wrong we are about everything.
Yeah, can you explain this thing that I don't quite have a grasp on what we're arguing about, please, in the
It doesn't
comments?
matter.
Thank you.
All right.
ARPGs.
Huey 505 says it's this is in regard to pings. It's more rude and toxic to ignore raid advice and waste everyone else's time than to ping. Scrap. I'm still blown away by
What?
this idea that if I got a little honk, a beep beep, you're like,
Big W.
fuck
No,
you.
you
I'm not
can't
doing your
honk.
mechanic.
No, if you're doing a
can't
light
honk the
honk,
horn.
but there's no distinction between honks with the ping. It's always a lay on your horn honk.
No, it's not. It's just
That's
not.
laying on
that's
your
just my
horn, Frank.
opinion.
You spawned this whole argument that we had in our Discord of people saying, "Is it rude to be bad at WoW?" Right?
I did
I'm
not
not even-
read that.
No,
I'm
it was a good
sorry,
video. It was a good
yeah.
video, but like it was like very heavily like put into game theory and like the
Yep.
psychology behind it.
The same way
like-
it's rude to have children and play WoW. I feel like.
But like the thing I'm still calling out is I'm not even saying it's like I do think it's rude to be bad at WoW in the case of like doing 18s or whatever. But like if I say to you, "Hey, we're about to do something. Here's what we need to do," and then you're not doing it, I'm going to ping you. You're
I
the
think-
problem.
I think interpreting somebody not doing something as ignoring raid advice, they might just not be that good at the game and are not doing it because they're
But
not
that
good at the
doesn't
game.
mean that they're now I'm the asshole because I pinged them for like, what are you doing?
But you're like, but that person's interpreting it. It's like, oh, dude, like you ignored my raid advice. It's like, give them some credit. They might just be bad. Like, it's not fair.
Yeah, but again, scrap. This is like the DK, right? Like the that we were talking
Right.
about earlier. It's like I didn't say a thing about the fact that their DPS was like 40k, right?
No.
I just like I said whatever. It's gonna get timed. We're fine.
Yeah.
It's when he tried to kill me And again, he's actively murdering me, right?
It's
And
just
I'm the
reindeer
asshole
games,
now.
Frank. Since when do we have a problem with reindeer games? This fucking Discord was built on it.
No, but reindeer games require
no.
a certain sense of
But-
the ability to make an MDL sheet to say I'm going to
People
kill
don't
Scrap.
remember that before we were calling people donkeys, we were calling them deer. Like we were saying, bro, you're being a deer right now. Like,
All right. What the crit says, I think at this is like 1 hour 30 into the last episode. Scrap is not quite understanding the issue. Isn't the pieces? Them all having cantrips is also a separate issue. But in my opinion, the bigger problem is that the item level is just actually unobtainable. So this is, I think, in regards to the 9 out of
okay.
6.
Like, well, I don't even. know
Right
what to
now,
say about.
no mythic raid. I can be at max item level. The new system, people can get all slots from the last 2 bosses. Not all slots. That are permanently 4 to 5 item levels higher with gear that is 9 out of 6. As in, we cannot upgrade our gear or 1 out of 6 gear to that. For M+, that just means you cannot obtain the same key level that which nukes high M+ players unless your rating is killing those last 2 bosses.
I
So
would
we've
say
already
that
talked about
what's
some bit,
the
but-
crit? Please refer to the beginning of the episode. I think we've addressed
Beginning.
it.
It was like 10
you're
minutes
not,
ago.
You're
It was-
not
yeah,
wrong.
it was a
but-
couple minutes ago.
You're not wrong, but respectfully, it doesn't bother me.
If you want to
I'm sorry
be
that it
no, but like to his point, like if you want to be number 1 in the world, then yes, this is a problem, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to be number
But
1
like
in the world.
if you're okay with being title and 1, like is that 4 to 5 item levels again only on a certain amount of items, so it's like a total of, and again this is even before the catch up shit happens in 0.5. It's like 2 items level, but whatever. Like if you're unable to do 1 key level higher because of that item level, okay, sure. But if you're
Also-
playing in that space anyways,
Also, them saying that this item level is going to make them nuke high end myth plus, it does not. Like the item level is not what gets you that stuff. It's how you use it.
it's like
it's being good.
Yeah.
well, no, it's like saying like I brought a grenade that is like 2% more powerful. I'm now gonna kill
Yeah,
this
no,
key.
This is a complete rehashing of when we were looking at the mythic trinkets
yeah.
versus the heroic.
Oh yeah,
Out,
that
there
was
was like
terrible.
a 1% difference. It's like, yeah, okay, there is situations where that might be the difference between a bricked key and a not bricked key, but there is so much more that is keeping people out of that range besides a couple item levels. You do not automatically fuck. Look, I just said I have the closest abyss I've ever had. I'm dog shit, man. I can't. I'm barely getting out of these 17s. So it does not. That's not what it's about.
All right,
You gotta have everything.
I'm gonna do one more because we're already way into
One
this.
more. Dude, I'm so
Absolute
tired.
friend of the podcast said,
Friend of the pod.
I definitely agree that the damage intake profile in dungeons has not been super spiky compared to the War Within. It may very well be an issue in the world first level keys, but what else do people expect in the infinitely scaling system? I brought this up because we didn't even talk about it. They made another change in season 2 where they're gonna buff everyone's health by 25%, but also buff damage intake by 25%.
Oh yeah, people are losing their mind on that, aren't they?
Well, it's like the 5th time they've done this, and so people are
I
like,
know.
Blizzard, what the fuck?
They're balancing it. Like
Again,
let's just see
yeah.
how it looks.
Well, and we've already seen somewhat what it looks like, but like their argument, Blizzard's argument was that we don't want it to be spiky, but I feel like this has been one of the best seasons when it comes to not being super spiky, and Absolute seems to agree. I mean, yes, they're again at super high-end keys, but it is a super high-end key problem. That's always going to be the case. I don't feel like there's ever been a part where I'm like, oh shit, everyone's yo-yoing 100 to 10, 100 to 10 and back and forth.
This season, I feel like everything's been more like slower paced and more like roddy. Like, yeah, you're gonna get to a point where it's a little bit higher, but I think it kind of gradually scales up. I don't think it's anything that catches you off guard. It should be like by the time you get to a certain key level, you should understand kind of what damage you're dealing with and how to kind of handle it.
Some of the argument for why this change was made was because it might make tanks better and solve some of the tank problems that they've had. Maybe, I mean, like it's definitely a good thing for Blood DK as I'm going to be playing next season. But I was really like, I agreed with Absolute when I saw this, and then to see the blue post where they made that 25%, I was like, whoa, that's very strange. But then I listened to again the bench, and they're like, oh, it's super spiky. I'm like, yeah, maybe at like 24s, but what do you expect? So strange.
Yeah, I don't know. It's such a weird disconnect, and it's an infinitely scaling system, so you're probably always gonna hit a point where the damage is spiky because at the point where it's getting hard that you can't push it anymore, like that's how it's going to challenge you is by those being really high and difficult.
We're pushing keys higher than we ever really have, you know, and it's like before
No, I
the
don't think so. I think
nerf.
it's scaled
What?
differently.
It is scaled
I don't think
differently.
we are. It's just scaled differently.
Well, yeah, but
That's
that's the
same thing.
scaling. It's just,
I've pushed 22s, 23s, 24s. So
yeah,
but
when it
they're
was a
scaled.
different scale system when
so I
20s were
but, no, I
the
know, but I'm
portal.
just saying I don't know. I feel like the difficulty we're playing. I feel like I've seen this difficulty before. Personally,
And yet you're doing 18s. Okay, we don't have the
I
time.
think 13s in season 1 with War Within were really, really hard. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
I'm
saying.
so lost. I'm so lost right
That's all I'm
now.
saying.
Relevance,
What's
Your Honor.
happening?
Why do? Okay.
I'm just, yeah.
Lithian, what do you care about this week?
You know what I care about? I care about getting some goddamn sleep. That's what I
Guys,
care
Lithian's gonna
about.
be East Coast. He's gonna be more upset that we're going long in future episodes.
Well, okay, I've been under a large amount of stress the last couple of days.
Yeah, you had
and
your
so I
dog
haven't
staying
slept.
with you. I know that's stressful for you.
I had my dog. There's fireworks going off. I was dealing
Oh
with
yeah, your
this
dog doesn't like
little job
fireworks.
thing. Oh yeah, dude, he freaks out. And then my current job and doing all the other stuff that you have to do when you transition from one job to another in my role is a lot. So I got like 3 hours of sleep. And yeah, you should probably sleep more. It's important.
Very important.
It's important.
I ask you, what did we interrupt you on telling us about this week?
I don't think there was anything.
Good. Mission accomplished. We're getting better.
Or
Another
he's just
comment.
getting more lenient.
Another comment came in this past week saying, "I love this podcast. I just wish you guys would interrupt each other so damn much."
This is how
Yeah, but
people
that's-
talk to
that's-
each other.
Yeah, that's part of it.
We're yapping. We're
That's part of
yapping.
it.
We're yapping, yeah.
No, and I listen to other podcasts, and I feel like they'll interrupt each other a ton as well. I don't know. Anyways, maybe it's because we're so
It's
angry
like
at
a
each other.
volume balancing issue or something. Because I feel like
I'm
I
pretty
don't know. I
loud.
feel like in regular conversation, it's natural when you're talking about stuff and you're excited and you're arguing, you're debating. You interrupt a little bit.
Yeah. There was a comment also in here saying that Scrap just likes to argue with Frank, and I'm here for it. And I was like, no.
That's
no.
accurate.
No. They said Frank likes to argue with Scrap. Yeah, here it is. Feels like Frank wants to argue with Scrap regardless of what she says. And Snackerfice, no, I feel it's the other way around. Scrap just wants to wind me up and get me to argue about something.
I actually really like to argue. Like,
Yeah.
so
About nothing.
I'm not getting angry about it. I just enjoy a discussion with points and like opinions and I like getting to the meat of it. I like being
agree.
a dead horse. Like everything about it I like.
I'm really excited for whoever the person is to fact check this episode and see how many times we're
We
wrong.
already fact checked most of the things correctly, right? So
I like being fact checked because
Scrap-
I also want to know what the truth is.
Scrap the arbiter of all Blizzard information, as evident from 91 episodes of this podcast.
Look,
you can't even remember what I told her in the episode a day later.
No, I can't.
But you know what? Everyone paid for Overwatch 2.
I don't retain a lot of information. It's a problem.
All right. Any last thoughts? I saw Supergirl. That was actually not that bad, but apparently it's going to lose a fuck ton of money for Warner Brothers. So might be the end of the DCU again.
That's fine.
Why is it going to lose money?
It only made like $30 million this weekend on its opening weekend.
I don't even know it was coming out.
I didn't even know it was out. I'll be honest with you.
Well,
the advertising problem.
I'm not going to watch it, but isn't there a new Spider-Man coming out?
July 31st, or yes, around that area. Toy Story 2's or Toy Story 5 is crushing.
2.
What else? Something else is coming out this week. I can't remember. Something else that's good.
I don't know. Darren and I watched Fiddler on the Roof yesterday, so that's where I'm at. Which we've both seen many times.
I know it's coming out this week. Minions is coming out this week, which
I've never seen any of those Minions before.
Dude, there's like this cult following because like the kids who grew up with Despicable Me, the first one, and loved
I
the
never
Minions,
watched any of those.
for the last Minions movie, they all went to the movie theater dressed in suits, and anytime like a Minion would come on screen, they'd like scream or whatever.
I like that. I think that's fun. Like the Minecraft movie.
It was pissing off all all these parents who wanted to see the movie.
That movie's for adults, not for kids.
Minions?
Decided. Yeah. Someone who just said I've never seen any of them and I have no idea.
By the way, I've decided, she also said.
Minions is for wine moms posting memes on Facebook. Like that's it. That's who Minions is for.
I saw a video of someone singing Bohemian Rhapsody as a minion, and that was
good. And
terrifying.
They were an adult or a child?
They were an adult, yeah.
Okay, case in point. Verdict delivered. Like
Disclosure Day got Disclosure Day got 6.7 out of 10. That's pretty good.
It was sorry. Have we talked about Disclosure Day? No, I didn't because
No,
last week.
in the podcast.
No,
We can talk about
Disclosure
it.
Day was so fucking bad. I'm so angry about it. I'm so
We
angry
talked
about it.
Oh, you
Just not
talked about it.
No, because
Yeah, we-
I got an argument with Leo at work because he's like, dude, Steven Spielberg has made like 2 good movies. I was like, no way, what? And then I went
Yeah.
and saw it and I was like, I think I said this on the pod. I have to apologize to you, Leo, because that was like hot garbage.
Guys, put in the comments if when we do our special interest episode, you want Frank to talk about Disclosure Day and Steven Spielberg in general.
No, I'll talk about the Mario movie and why it makes no fucking sense. He doesn't like
I have
mushrooms.
not seen the second Mario movie. Is that homework? Should
No,
I
the
watch
first
it before
the first Mario movie is the problem.
I've
Oh, the first
seen-
one's
The second
fine.
Mario movie is just fucking nonsense. It's probably
Yeah.
written by AI. It doesn't make any.
I don't even remember the plot of the first one. That Mario had to save the princess from the giant
No, no.
lizard. Like that's it, right?
No. Well, no. The princess was like saving Mario's brothers. Most of it.
I don't remember.
then
It
all of
was
a
a
sudden they
Mario
just-
movie. I don't
Yeah.
even remember why I saw
I,
it. Like,
I still haven't seen Jurassic Park.
oh my god, that's on the 12th when you
If
come up.
anyone's watching
That's
at
what
this
we're
point, I
fucking
think
doing.
this is now officially our longest episode.
Oh my god.
Oh wow!
Can
We better
we're
end
gonna
it.
guys, the episode after the 12th, we're gonna have a Jurassic Park review when Lithine comes to my house to watch it. Okay?
All
I'm
right.
gonna watch Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Episode 91. Next week is the 4th of July weekend, but I still feel like all of us are in town, right? So we can do an episode
Yeah,
next
I'm
week.
not.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be anywhere.
I would say you can anticipate an episode next week, but we will almost certainly take the 12th off. And I say the 12th, that's Sunday, the 13th off for those watching. And then if things go well and we get some cool stuff, we'll bring back the episodes for, a couple weeks. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks till BlizzCon. And I have a really good idea for our trivia episode. I can't wait till you guys see this. So I'm going to do a trivia episode.
Okay.
I promise you, Scrap, you're going to love this. Okay.
Okay,
You're going to love
I'm
it.
in.
It's traders, but it's drawing.
Oh.
It's drawing. All right.
Oh,
You're gonna
is
learn
it like
in the
it's like
box.
that game where one person gets a different prompt than everybody else?
They don't know the prompt. They don't know.
Okay,
the prompt.
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So that'll be one of our things, and I've got a couple
Yeah.
ideas. So yeah, I'm
Okay,
really looking
I think I
forward to
know
it.
that
We'll do
game.
something like that. All right.
Mhm.
That's episode 91. Man, that's a long one. BlizzCon soon.
Yep.
Until next week. Take care. I'm sorry that this episode came out on a Tuesday. You can thank Scrap for that, for scheduling friendship on our podcast
Yeah.
night.
Sorry, I have friends.
Mm,
Continue to have friends, and we'll see you next week. Take care, y'all.
see y'all.
Bye bye.